It's definitely not over for that 4th place. If you're Jordi Vonk right now and you're looking upwind, look at Amado Vrieswijk. He is putting the hammer down and he's got some speed, but so is Jordi. He is not going to give up without a fight. Jordi Vonk and Cedric Board might be the target for these two guys. He could end up in a bit of a sandwich here as we come into this jibe mark. It is going to be Bruno Martini. Nico Goya looking for the inside line here. So Bruno Martini around the outside, Nico on the inside, then Jordi Vonk. Then we've got Cedric Board. Amado Vrieswijk manages to hold on to that jibe and get some run out of it. It is not over. It is definitely not over, but Amado Vrieswijk got some work to do. If he's going to make this final, he has got to reel in Cedric Board, and Cedric Board is flying in a moment for Amado Vrieswijk, and he has gone down. Oh, trying to chase Cedric Board. Cedric Board's got some speed, and Vonk, and now they've got to cruise home. Now they just need to take it easy. Wow, Amado Vrieswijk, he looked on the edge all the way round, didn't he?
He was pushing. He had to push. He was in a bad position.
We've seen mistakes with no pressure, so these guys need to just keep it together now. There's no pressure from other riders. They've just got the pressure of themselves, of staying on the foil and just getting home and dry, literally. So Bruno Martini really dominated this race.
Yeah.
Just stayed in front, held it together, but maybe Nico's thinking, I don't need to push. You know, he's in 2nd place, Nico Goya. We've got Jordi Vonk down that bottom end, going to make a final. And Cedric Board, great race from Cedric Board. He really didn't look flustered, didn't look like he handled the pressure super well. He got good speed, and he definitely won to watch. And it is going to be Bruno Martini, Nico Goya, Jordi Vonk, and Cedric Board into the final, Elimination 1.
Yeah, I mean, that was strong racing. I think a lot of it came down to the start. There was a big bit battle for the pin.
Yeah.
Amado didn't really enter into that battle, and actually the guys who were at the pin are the guys who were in the top 4.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see a lot more pushing for that pin, I think.
And that's the thing. You saw Amado. He was having to push to get back in the fight. And when you're pushing that hard, no
at the
guarantees.
first jibe, he kind of, I don't think he had a moment. I think he just had to slow down a little bit for Jordi. Because if he would have gone full speed, he probably would have just run into the back of Jordi.
Yeah.
And that almost got him off the foil, and then it kind of put him on the back foot. And he almost came back. But look, all the guys who were at the pin pretty much were there. But Amado had a bad start. I think he's 7th at the start, so.
Yeah, he was back.
Yeah.
But still not, that's a whole race. Yeah. You've got to stay in that position, but yeah.
Yeah, he was 7th there, you know. So it made it hard. And the guys here, the top 3, they were the top 3 in the end. And yeah, very good race from Jordi, I think, as well. You know, last year he struggled on the foiling. This year he's getting good. Okay. And here we're going to see, I think, that first jibe coming up. You will see Amado is like almost ahead, but then Jordi has to slow down for Cedric. And then as Amado finishes his jibe, I feel like here he would have gone into...
well, yeah, it looked like he
could
lost
have
lift.
widened out.
Yeah.
I think there he should have kept wide rather than trying to get upwind of Jordi. It's easy for us to say.
Yeah. Well, we're back on YouTube now, by the sounds of it. So there was some sort of glitch.
4-man heat, that would be nice for these guys.
Heat number 6, which is the second semi-final. We've got Johan So in this. We've got Pierre Mortefon. We've got Michelle Becker, Benedetti. Wow. We've got The Wolf, Vinter, Preen, and Lohan Jules in this second semi-final. As we've seen before, no guarantees. Everyone has a chance. Johan So looking good in that first one. Benedetti was in 4th place, but he's leading the rankings. We know how fast he can be. Mortefon as well, been looking very good in this foiling discipline this year. He's got a change of sponsors on the Phantom gear for foiling, and it seems to be suiting him.
Ooh, Johan. Getting a little bit of lift there in the run-up. Oh, does he have some weight on the fin?
He does look like he's trying to jump something off, doesn't he?
Yeah. That's not what you want for the start.
No, it's just in the back of your head as well. Even if there's, you know, it's kind of hard to stay focused.
It's amazing how they have the control, though, to kind of just jump off a little bit with the foil, but stay on the foil.
Yeah, don't speak too soon. Okay, so we've got Lohan Jewel on the left-hand side of your picture. And then as we come down, we've got the Wolf in the middle on the Severn, the red Severn. Just down with him on the yellow Challenger is Benedetti. Then we've got the Phantom sail of Mortifon. Then Johan So on the black 0.7 sail. On the Neil Pride, it should be Nico Preen. And here we go. It is Nico right down that bottom end. The Wolf, the Beast just ahead of him. That's Johan So. Benedetti with a good start in the middle. But the Beast and Nico Preen down this bottom end with the best start. And that could prove to be the winning moves, because we've seen the guys, like Dieter was saying before, coming out of that pin end. And it is Nico Preen. Oh, he's having some sort of moments down there. Nico Preen doesn't look comfortable. There is some sort of cavitation going on the foil from Preen, but he seems to have got it back in sync now. Johan So looking good on the 0.7 sail. An FMX board, and it is going to be the Beast that goes round in first place. Then it's going to be Nico Preen. Then we're going to have Pierre Mortifon. Then Benedetti. Then we've got Becker. Then the Wolf. Then, we just lost Lohan Jules.
Wolf is still in there. It's a tight battle for that fourth spot.
Yeah,
there's 3 guys in it.
This fourth place is always going to come, I think, down to the wire. Johan Su looking good, though. Nico Preen in second. These guys have got a little bit of a lead, but that fourth place, as you mentioned, is looking tight. Becker just squeezing over the top of Benedetti. But is Johan So that goes round the mark in first place. Then Nico Preen. Then we've got Mortifon. Then we've got Becker. Then the Wolf, and Benedetti is outside the top 4 now. Back in 6th place.
That's going to be hard with 2 jibes to go. I mean, it's foiling. Nico seems to have something.
Yeah, he doesn't look comfortable, does he? He doesn't look comfortable. He's there. Don't get me wrong. He's there. But the guys from the top, they look a little bit more secure somehow.
Yeah.
2 jibe marks to go. Johan So, the Beast, out in front. Then we've got Nico Preen. That looks better as he's coming a bit further upwind. So it is the Beast round in first. Then Preen. Then Becker. So the 2 Germans, second and third. Then we've got Mortifon.
Mortifon, exactly.
Yeah, Mortifon. That's your top 4. The Wolf and Benedetti out of it at the moment.
Oh, he's touching almost sometimes, Nico.
Yeah.
I must say, our guy on Patrick is super fast at the moment.
Yeah, he's looking pretty solid. Becker, that's usually his tactics.
Yeah.
He just cruises. Oh, Becker, as I say that, that wasn't a move. He wasn't. I don't think he was choosing to do that.
No.
But he lost it all there, but manages to get it back. Oh, there we go. There was obviously something going on there, but Becker, as I said, he's one of the most consistent riders. He loses it, so now the Wolf goes down ahead of Benedetti. Oh, my life. We lost the 2 Germans on one run there.
And
Becker and the Wolf is down, and Benedetti, leading the world rankings, has now made this first final. If he can keep it together on this last reach, wow.
He just went from 6th to seeing 2 Germans fall in front of him. Like, thank you.
That just goes to show you've just got to keep it together. You don't know what's going to happen, but it is Johan So that is going to win this. But again, they've got to cross the line, as we've just seen. Until you've crossed that line, it is not done. So Johan So, the Beast, in first place. Second place is going to be Nico Preen. Then we're going to have Pierre Mortifon in third. And Daniela Benedetti will be the last guy in this second semi-final to make the Elimination 1 final.
Benedetti dodged a very, very big bullet there.
Whoa. Whoa. We have lost some big names in some unexpected crashes. We've lost Matt Chetrakowski early on the start line of the first heat. We lost Marotti. He was looking good and just lost it. We just lost Becker. We lost the Wolf. Like, the Wolf eyes lit up when Becker went down. He went, here we go. I'm going to make the final. And then bang. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I wanted to see Benedetti's view to go like, I'm struggling 6th. I'm out of it. And to be like 1, 2. And you're like, wow. That's nice.
Man.
I mean, we lost big names. Matteo losing it on the
Matteo Iachino,
Amado out in the semi.
There There's a lot of big names who you would have predicted to make the final. You're thinking, well, Macek's making the final, Marotti's making the final, Giacchino, Amado, Becker. These guys, none of them are in
No.
that final.
Exactly. That pin start is key.
Yeah.
You start at the pin, it's like half the job done.
I mean, look at this. Top 4 round was the top 4 at the end of the race.
Yes.
It just, there was a lot more drama in
Exactly.
between.
Here, the first moment. I found Becker very, very fast.
Yeah.
He was
Well,
flying.
he is. He usually is very steady and then turns it on in the final.
Yeah.
Oh, that was where, I think that's when there's weed on.
Yeah.
Because he
And I
lost
think
lift.
Nico had to avoid something, and then that kind of catches
Yeah.
Becker off guard. He just
Wow.
hit something.
It looked like it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. Is it a women's heat after this?
It should be.
Yeah. What a amazing racing. You
Yeah.
know, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah, there's one women's heat now, a final. It'll be straight final.
11 people in the final. Ooh, that's look.
Yep, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 riders in the final
Okay.
for the women. So it's a straight final.
Yeah.
Yellow flag is up. And again, it will be the same deal here. Everyone in this final can do it. So we've got Van der Veen in this. We got Lemaitre leading the rankings at the moment. De Jong from Bonaire. We got Davico from France. Biaggiolini from Italy. We've got Blanca Alabau, Engelmann, and Mortefon.
I think Engelmann did the Olympics, no, for
Yeah.
Germany.
Yeah, but she, as far as I know, she only picked it up a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
in
yeah. I
terms
think
of
2 years ago she started
IQ foil.
IQ foil.
Yeah, not like windsurfing.
Yeah, yeah. Windsurf. She was doing boats, so
Yeah,
it would be interesting
she's a
to see
sailor,
her.
and
Yeah.
she's now 4th in the world. So it just
I
goes to
think
show
she
how
did.
much she's improved in
Yeah.
that amount of time, and then how how quickly does it go from here?
Yeah.
Do you reach this level where you're like, okay, then you get stuck, or does she just keep improving? Because the last time we saw her was in Furta. If we look at her rate of improvement and we give her a couple of months, maybe she's improved. Like it would make sense that
She can be the dark horse.
yeah, she could be a real challenger in this final.
Which gear is she on?
She'll be on the Patrick gear.
Yeah. Well, they're all starting from a little bit closer to the start line. Lemaitre on top at the boat, while Blanca seems to go for the pin.
Well, interesting, like you just said, we've seen the guys coming out of the pin end. In the women's, we're about to find out if that also is going to be the case. But if it is the case, the current tour leader is up near the boat end on the yellow and white S2 Maui sail. Then we think we've got Engelmann on the Patrick. We've got Blanca Alabau on the Severn. We also got De Jong on the Neil Pride. Oh, Blanca's down this bottom end, actually, near the pin. With
Good
Davico,
start, I
maybe.
think. By the
Looks
sounds of it.
looks like a good start. Yeah, looks
Lemaitre
like
on
a
the
good
top.
start.
She seems on a
Lemaitre's-
big
I was
sail.
about to say, look at the size of her sail. Looks big. Looks
Yeah.
definitely big. I think we're going to see some drama in this heat, no doubt about it. We've got Marion Mortefon on the Patrick looking good in the front, I think. Lemaitre just upwind of her. Downwind of her, we got Blanca Alabau. So we got the 3 big guns in the top 3. And then we've got Engelmann in 4th place, then De Jong, then Davico. And it is all to play for here as we come into this first mark. And it is going to be Marion Mortefon, I think, that's going to go round in first place. So the French rider round in first. Second place, Lemaitre. Then Blanca Alabau.
Then Engelmann.
Then Engelmann. Very solid from Engelmann. Really good jibe, actually. Gained
Yeah,
some ground.
Bobelin.
De Jong coming through. Davico. But Mortefon out in the lead. Lemaitre in second place.
On a massive sail.
Blanca Alabau. Looks huge, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Looks absolutely huge. Engelmann in 4th place. This is going to be such an interesting race because we saw it with the guys. Whatever you think's going to happen, all bets are off. because anything can happen. Engelman getting a little bit of lift there as we come into this second jibe mark. It's going to be Marion Mortefon that goes round in first place. Engelman having a few little moments. Mortefon goes round in first, but challenged hard by Justine Lemaitre. Great jibe from Lemaitre. I thought she'd lost it a little bit there, but managed to hold it on. And the two French riders are going head to head. But Mortefon comes out from that lower line. Blanca Alabau in third. Engelman still in fourth place. And the top four riders have pulled out quite a gap on the rest of the fleet. This is the first final for the women. And this is when Lemaitre puts the hammer down. She puts the hammer down to go ahead of Marion Mortefon coming into the next jibe mark.
Crossed below. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that big sail definitely helping. But will it hinder her as we go through the course? We will only find out as we do go through the course. But coming into the jibe, Lemaitre goes round in first place. Then Marion Mortefon still in second. Blanca Alabau in third. Engelman, not a good jibe. Not a good jibe from Lemaitre. She's managed to get back up and foiling, but Marion Mortefon has closed the gap again.
Couldn't find the strap by the looks of it.
Wow,
Cold
look
feet.
at this. Look at Engelman down this bottom end. Keep your eye on the German. She is coming in really consistent and really strong. One jibe mark to go. Lemaitre. Could she start off Sylt with a bang, with a nice win? She said it's very similar to where she sails at home. But I think she was talking more from the wind from the other side, not this kind of offshore wind. But Lemaitre looking good. She's extended a lead as we come down this penultimate jibe mark with one jibe to go. She goes in first place. Can she hold it together? She stepped out of the front strap. Interesting technique, but it worked. Engelman's gone down. Go challenging for that third place and just got too much lift. Lost the front hand, and Engelman is swimming, and she's gone the other side of the mark. It's an absolute disaster for the German rider, and she is going to lose some spots here. Wow, look at how much she's drifted past it. But Lemaitre looks like she'll be securing the first win of this Citroen Windsurfing World Cup here in Sylt. Whoa, there's a bit of swell to navigate. It's not all over till you cross that line. But Lemaitre, Blanca Alabau just took a hell of a crash, a hell of a wipeout on the last reach. Like I said, it's not over. And who's this coming down on the Severn?
Van der Veen.
Van der Veen could be coming through to take third spot. But Justine Lemaitre will win it. Second place will be Marion Mortefon.
Is Blanca up already or not?
She's still swimming. She might be able to get on and get that third place, but Van der Veen coming in with speed.
That's going to be close.
Oh, this could be a Rocky Balboa moment. I think it is. No, she's back on.
She's back on.
And she's got an upwind angle.
She might just...
Yeah, she's going to get it, I think. She's going to sneak that third place just. Wow. Wow. Did well to get the third place. Van der Veen gets fourth place. And just goes to show, as long as you're there or thereabouts, it's enough sometimes to take it. But Van der Veen just missing out, just too much to do.
Wow, that was pretty spectacular.
It's definitely spectacular. I think we go men's winners final straight, do we? It depends. Sometimes they do the winners final first in the first elimination.
Yeah, just in case. Schoberg, is that, or is it?
If it's Schoberg, it's runners-up final.
Runners-up final.
Runners-up final,
Amado's
because
there.
Amado is there.
Becker, Amado, Goyard. Just a few names I see in here now. Cousin, the Wolf.
Yeah, there's some big names in this. We've got Mattis, Schoberg, Goya, Vrieswijk, Winter, Jules, the Wolf, and Becker in this runners-up final. The winner would take 9th place in Elimination 1, which is not a bad result. There we go.
Single digits.
Those are the guys lining up.
Amado fighting for the pin this time.
Who's going to win it? You would probably put some money on Amado Vrieswijk.
Becker was quick.
Becker, there's some big names. There's some big names.
Ooh.
Oh, there is some scary moments already on this first reach. Lohan Jules getting some gusts through. It looks like the Wolf pushing through. Amado Vrieswijk pushing through. Becker up that top end. Well, that's Winter, sorry, up that top end. Becker in the middle.
Exactly.
Oh, is it? It's a general recall.
Uh-oh.
It's a
And
general
Amado
recall.
was, I think, pretty early there.
Yeah, the Wolf
Oh,
is
the Wolf.
usually pushing. The Wolf is a
Yeah.
guy who likes to get a good start. I mean, it's looking at Sylt from that angle
it
then.
looks beautiful.
It looked totally different, didn't
Yeah.
it? It looked totally different.
Yeah.
Didn't see any of the town. You
No.
saw the dunes. I don't think I've ever been to that part of Sylt.
Really? It's beautiful.
Never.
Both the south and the north is absolutely stunning.
No,
if
never
there's no
been.
wind, you should take a bike and just bike around. It's really, really beautiful.
I've never been. Never been. It's mad.
How
I've been-
many years?
I was about to say, I've been coming in 20 years. I've never been.
Grab a car, a Citroen, go to Hornum or go to List, go for some food, and you'll be stunned how beautiful it is.
Oh, that's. I just saw it. That looked
Yeah.
lovely. It looked nice.
It is lovely. It is very, very nice. I did last year with my parents. I've done every year. One day, I
Yeah.
always try to get out of the town.
I'm usually working. You know, busy boy.
Mm.
That's my excuse. Or hungover.
Hungover.
Not so much in these later years, but back in the day, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't. There was no way I was doing any sightseeing.
Well, just sightseeing from the apartment to the office. I
Yeah,
guess.
hopefully we are. I'm seeing a few people in the comments saying, "Can we have some interviews?" I mean, hopefully we are going to have interviews. You've got to remember, the guys are not coming back to
No.
the shore at the
Exactly.
moment. They're quite a long way away. So I hope. I mean, even and I know what you're thinking. They're thinking, well, we want to hear Marotti. We want to hear Rakowski. These guys must be on the beach because they're not out there. And yeah, it's a good point. Hopefully we can bring you some of those interviews.
Who went over early?
It's a good question. We are waiting to find out, waiting for the update from out there. But yeah, as far as we know at the moment, just a general recall. I would probably put money on the Wolf just because he is a guy that is always pushing that line.
Yeah,
Lohan Jewel might have pushed pretty hard, maybe.
maybe.
But just because, you know, it's a tough fleet, you know. And
You look at that semi, that loser final. You're damn.
I mean, Lohan Jewel is coming this way. Nobody else is.
I think that solves our question.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, he had to push. I think I think.
Yeah, no confirmation just yet. Just to be clear, we don't know who's over. The Wolf is. Where is he? Is
No,
he
they're
there?
all waiting there for the timer at the moment.
Yeah. So, but I
Yeah.
don't see the Wolf there.
And now they're gonna get the flag
I
up.
don't see the Wolf,
No.
and I don't see Lohan Jewel.
Wasn't the wolf drifting to the right?
Maybe. Lohan Jewel is definitely not waiting for the timer though.
No.
So I would hazard a guess at just those visuals that Lohan would be over.
Yeah.
We can't see the Wolf. You're right. He could have drifted to. He didn't look like he was sailing. But
We could have a look at the start again. Maybe.
yeah,
don't know if
it's a
that's
good point.
possible.
I don't know if we've got a replay of that start. We can try and work it out for ourselves, but still no confirmation.
Yeah. Maybe if we pan a little bit to the right, we can see who's still at the boat and who left. Because they're already starting to line up.
Yeah,
That's a small office to be in a day.
that's not an easy place to be for the day.
No, at least it's not super wavy, but it's not flat either, is it?
Well, yellow flag is up. We still not had confirmation of who's over. I mean, we can work it out by process elimination, but I would put quite a lot of money Lohan Jewel is over.
Yeah,
He was not hanging around for the timer.
exactly.
Yellow flag is up, so not long to go.
Mattis. We can basically see who's gonna pass by
Yeah, we can work it out, but
and who doesn't.
it would be nice to know.
Yeah, I mean this angle is okay to see who's crossing the line back. Who doesn't?
I mean, from a neutral perspective, it's great to watch these conditions.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
with a few like Mario Kart little banana skins in the way. You know, it's like I mean, for the riders maybe
A bit less.
frustrating, but for the neutral watching for exciting racing,
It's great.
pretty interesting stuff.
1
You
minute.
just don't know what's going on. Yeah. Well, there seems to be a lot less people. You not think?
Yeah.
Seems like there's 4 riders there. Well, okay. Thinking. Okay, well, we see 4 riders on our screen. We could have some more upwind riders. It looks like Sjoberg's there. Looks like Amado Vrieswijk's there. It looks like Becker is there. Cousin.
Goyard is coming now from the top, I think.
Is
So
Cousin
5 guys.
in this? Cousin isn't in this, is he? Oh, he went out in the first round. No.
So 5 riders. Wow. Oh
Yeah.
no, Matt is on the. So we have 6.
Mattis, yeah. Goya on the Patrick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so I think we
2
did. I
over,
think we lost the Wolf
the
and
Wolf and 7, 6. That's gonna be a tight start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good
bam,
start from
there we go.
Amado.
Great start down the bottom end from Amado Vrieswijk. Looking good for Becker. Thomas Goya, Winter on the Patricks. Oh, in the middle, Becker. He's going very loose indeed. You can just see the wind is picking up and Becker is struggling to hold it down. One guy who's not struggling to hold it down, Amado Vrieswijk, as he challenges and pushes hard down this first reach. And he's already got quite a healthy looking lead considering this is the first reach. This is Thomas Goya in second place. Then we've got Becker, Winter, Sjoberg and Mattis. But out in front, Amado Vrieswijk already round the first mark and onto the second reach. Look at that. Thomas Goya, Becker, Winter, Sjoberg. I mean, great to see. I'd love to see actually is there a crowd on the beach watching the racing? Obviously, it's not the weekend today.
No, but
so less
it's
people
usually
around.
quite busy. But look how windy it looks outside.
Yeah.
It looks like
Looks like,
howling.
is that Mattis in the water? She's got a different colour helmet, but it is one of the GA riders.
Yeah. It's back up again. Oh no, he just pulled up his sail. So yeah, Mattis went in.
Amado Vrieswijk looking good though at the moment. Needs to keep it together.
It's so impressive how they can go on such a small foils. They're balancing the whole time.
Look at that. Solid as a rock from Amado Vrieswijk. Then we've got Thomas Goya. Then we've got Michelle Becker, Winter, the 3 Patrick riders. I mean, the Patrick team is just multiplying, it feels like, every event.
Exactly. I mean, they can do their photo shoot now.
Yeah, look at that. Sjoberg.
Sjoberg 4th, that's 12th at the moment. I mean, winning here, Amado, is very important. Like a 9th, I feel like how this elimination went, the 9th isn't that bad.
It's not a disaster. It's definitely not a disaster.
It's not the end of the world.
That's a crash in the final and just one place off it, isn't it? So there we go. Amado Vrieswijk safely round. Look at that swell line coming through and he's gone straight into it. Yeah. And that will give the opportunity in second place for Thomas Goya to pick up some meters on Amado Vrieswijk. Not over yet. Michelle Becker in third place. We saw Michelle Becker go absolutely arse over tit on this last reach. I mean, he just absolutely ate it. Look at the swell coming through in this offshore wind. Thomas Goya's going to have a little moment to go in here from top to bottom. We've got Becker down this bottom end. Amado Vrieswijk still leading. But look at Becker go! And Amado Vrieswijk absolutely eats it. This reach just seems like it drills absolute carnage. Absolute carnage. What the hell happened there?
He broke the boom and everything.
Oh, my God. He's not getting up from that. No. So Michelle Becker takes the... Oh, yeah, Michelle Becker takes the lead. Thomas Goya in second place. Is that right?
Yeah, Becker
Becker is. So it's Becker who is going to win this runners-up final. I say he's going to win it. He's not crossed the line yet. No. Oh, he hit something. You saw it. He saw it move.
He hit something.
Wow. How is he hitting everything?
Yeah, I mean, Becker did that the heat before.
Wow. Wow. I say from a neutral perspective, it's literally like Mario Kart.
Yes.
We just need the Mario Kart music, and you could make an extreme edit from this. Wow,
anyway, Becker 9th.
Takes it. So 9th place for Becker in Elimination 1. Second place, 10th. Thomas Goya. 10th place for him.
Let's see who's finishing to the right.
Who do we have before? Sjoberg was not too far away. But I'm pretty sure Vrieswijk's gone now.
Yeah.
He's won this event 2 times in a row, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen a third time. Obviously, early days here in Sylt.
It's very early days. How often did Amado start bad and come back?
That's a horrible start.
Yeah, but how many guys did a horrible start so far?
Yeah.
Marotti.
That's my point. Wow, you're right. It could happen to anyone.
Yeah. Especially in this. It's Mario Kart.
Wow, what an exciting first race.
I think he's been racing good. He's been unlucky now. I mean,
Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial and then we're going straight into the final. See you soon.
Elektromobilität ist nicht länger nur etwas für die Elite. Die Revolution hat begonnen. Der neue Citroen EC3 ab 23.300 €.
Neues von Ehrmann. Du hörst das Knistern, spürst die Vorfreude und schmeckst die Schokolade. Großer Genuss ist Grand Dessert von Ehrmann. Keiner macht mich mehr an.
Okay, so we are back. Yes, ready for the final of Elimination 1. Who have we got in it? Well, we've got the big man, Bruno Martini. We've got Nico Goya, Jordi Vonk, Cedric Board, Johan Su. We've got Nico Preen, Pierre Mortefon, Benedetti. And when you think of the big names we've lost, we've still got 8 big names in the final. And that just goes to show how strong in depth the fleet is at the moment.
Definitely.
Any predictions?
So I think was pretty ominous. Martini, yeah, those 3 guys on the left.
Nico Goya looks,
Nico Goya, Martini. So
Benedetti, I mean, leading the world rankings, Mortefon. And again, maybe they're not pushing in those early rounds. You know, we've only seen them in those qualifying rounds, and it is literally. But again, it's the first heat. You don't need to win the first one. You just don't want to lose it in the first one.
Exactly.
You want to be there or thereabouts.
2 times fourth. Yeah. Second was.
He's dodged a few bullets.
He dodged a few bullets.
He's literally been like the Matrix. Yes. He's like, shoo, shoo. Oh, crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have had some predictions online. So for the win, says Billy. We got Calla saying So, Goya and Martini. Sarah Keita's on there saying, what's happening out there? I can't think. It's very true. What is happening out there? It's crazy.
Sail size is full size. Well, I think sail size is 7.0s. Probably.
Yeah, it's around that. Yeah, maybe even smaller, 6.5s maybe now. Yeah. That Geordie, when he first went out this morning, 7.5, pretty lit, he said. So it looks like it's got windier than that. So maybe he's gone a size down. So maybe 6.5s now. We're hopefully going to get some interviews. Like I said, I know you guys are asking for them. Hopefully we will be getting some interviews after the final. I can only hope. But yeah, let's see. As soon as I know if we're going to get them, I will let you guys know at home. But here we go. Elimination 1, final coming up. Martini, Goya, Vonk, Board, Su, Preen, Mortefon, and Benedetti. Who will win it? And the wind is definitely picked up. That is cranking right now.
Exactly. I mean, look, we see nobody upwind, so everyone is at the pin.
Yeah.
Everyone. It's a bit pin bias, I think, and it's going to be carnage. We're going to see Cedric push very hard and potentially go over early.
He's calling it already. Johan So, few people calling Johan So for the win. And here we go. Are we going to see carnage before the start? Maybe. Maybe. Keep your eye on Mortefon. Keep your eye on Goya. Both of these guys will be on the Phantom gear. We've also got Bruno Martini's been looking good. Nico Preen as well. Look at the squeeze. Look at the squeeze on the start. Whoa. That was the Phantom and the Neil Pride getting pushed super hard. But Johan So coming out of the middle. Look at the beast go. Oh, and there's moments from maybe Bruno Martini down this bottom end. Johan So looking good. I think it's Nico Goya in there. Or is it Mortafon? Difficult to tell from here. Well, that's easy to tell from here. We've got the beast. We've got Bruno Martini fighting it out to be first round the mark. Look at these two go. These are two of the biggest guys in the competition going head to head. But Bruno Martini has got the measure of the beast. But is the beast biding his time to take the inside line? We're about to find out. Bruno Martini rounding first. The beast in second. Benedetti in third. Then we've got the Phantom, Nico Preen. Then we've got Jordi Vonk, Cedric Board. Little moment from the beast there. Bruno Martini looking good. He's in an Italian sandwich right now, the Danish rider. He's got Bruno Martini below him, Benedetti above him. And look at this as we come into this second jibe mark. It is going to be Bruno Martini that goes round in first place. Johan So in second and Benedetti in third place. And they're a hell of a long way ahead of the fourth place rider at the moment. But the beast has made his move. The beast has made his move, gone over the top of Bruno Martini. And now the beast is leading. So Johan So round in first. Then Bruno Martini. Then Benedetti. Then is it Nico Goya? Can't quite see. We just see a
Very
Phantom.
good race from Benedetti at the moment.
Solid, really solid. Are we going to see anything happen? Are we going to see any unexpected things happen? We've seen it in every other race. This is the final, Elimination 1, here in Sylt for the Citroen Windsurfing World Cup. And it's Johan So that is leading as we come into the next jibe mark. Bruno Martini right behind him. Benedetti still there. The two Italians chasing the Danish rider. But Johan So, the young Danish rider, is still in first and he's pulling out a bit of a lead here. Bruno Martini in second, holding off Benedetti at the moment. Benedetti is making a move and Bruno gets a little bit wayward. He's gone really low. That can't have been on purpose. It looked like he lost a bit of lift. So keep your eye on Bruno because that might mean he's got a little bit of cavitation going on. But out in front with one jibe mark to go, Johan So, a.k.a. The Beast, could be getting his first win on the Pedal Tour in 2024. One jibe mark to go, one reach to go. It is definitely far from over, but Benedetti looking very good in second place. The current tour leader. The Beast goes round in first. Bruno holds on to second. Benedetti's going to take the inside line here. The Italians are going to have a good battle here, but Bruno still stays ahead. Then
Goyard, maybe.
Benedetti, but it looks like maybe Goya in fourth place. It could be Pierre Mortefon,
exactly.
But difficult to tell from this far back. But look at the lead of Johan So. Look at the lead of the beast. He is outpacing the drone right now. The guy is in unstoppable form. Nearly won the tour last year. Obviously, we all know the details there, but he is kicking off now his first event in 2024. Looking good. Bruno Martini is in second, but the beast, Johan So, wins the first race of his 2024 campaign. But in the second place, that was a photo finish between Daniele Benedetti and Bruno Martini, the two Italians, really close. Who's in fourth place? That's the question. In fourth place, it's the Phantom. We're just not sure. We didn't get close enough in the whole race to see who it was. We're thinking Nico Goya. It could have easily been Pierre Mortefon. There's Jordi Vonk behind the Phantom. Well, we're not going to see, I don't think.
No. I mean, the Beast.
Wow.
Beast mode.
That was impressive.
I mean, that start I would like to rewatch because that was fighting for the pin. Like, I don't know how Bruno Martini held on.
That was impressive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was, look at this. Watch this start.
Just
Bruno
it.
Martini.
It was just a bit
Okay, yeah.
Because he almost...
But who's on that Phantom then?
I don't know. Oh, look at this, you know. Oh, he lost the helmet.
Oh,
Bruno doesn't have the helmet anymore.
Wow, disqualified. No, I'm joking. We lost his helmet.
Yeah, I was already looking before. I was like, I don't think he has a helmet anymore.
Probably a good job because that would have hooked off.
Yeah.
Obviously, the clip broke.
Yeah.
Wow.
He doesn't have a helmet.
He lost his helmet. Wow. I have never seen that. What an animal.
Yeah.
His neck is that strong and his legs are that strong that it didn't phase him.
Exactly. Exactly.
He lost his helmet. Are you kidding me?
I was already looking before. I was like, I think he doesn't have a helmet on anymore.
Wow.
Crazy.
What a race.
What a race.
What an
I mean,
elimination.
what an elimination. And I must say, Benedetti kept the best for last.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't that impressed till before. And now in the final, he was really on it. I think he went a smaller sail size, felt more comfortable. And yeah, I mean, I think
Here's
Bruno
the finish.
has
Here's
it.
the finish.
I think Bruno has
Where's
it.
the
just.
boy?
I think Bruno just has it. But it's going to be pretty close. Ooh.
It's pretty funky.
Yeah. Maybe. No,
Now
'cause it's
that's
this
after.
boat.
That's the boat. Yeah.
That's after the boat.
Well, we'll wait for official results to come through. Obviously, they're a long way away, so we don't always get it. So this is the women's final. So second women's final coming up. Oh, Justine Lemaitre.
That's very far back.
Yeah, maybe they're a bit early because Lemaitre is really deep. If they're on time, she's going to have a hell of a job to go. But the green flag's already up, so it's a good start. It's a good start down this bottom end. Lemaitrier's gone low in the end, but coming back from deep. Is that Engelman up there, or is that Mortefon?
Mortefon.
So Mortefon looking good. Lemaitrier looking good.
And then,
Blanca Alabau
Yeah.
or Van der Veen.
Van der Veen, it seems like a big sail.
Yeah, it looks like Van der Veen looking at the stickers, but difficult to tell with the light.
Exactly.
But we've got a couple of riders behind. We're about to
Lemaitre
find
is
out.
still
Look
in
at the
first again.
speed. Look at the speeds. And in
someone
the
went down.
background, we just saw someone just eat it big time going down. That was the Patrick rider. That could have been Engelman.
Again.
I think it was
She
Engelman.
needs a good.
Don't see it from here, but Justine Lemaitre, devastating speed. Not the greatest of starts, but a really good speed down this first one. Not the best jibe as Marion Mortefon comes back.
Blanca, I think. Might be Blanca. Yeah, it's Blanca.
Yeah,
it's
Blanca.
not that big of a sail.
Blanca
now, you
and
see.
then Van der Veen in fourth place. So you can see just the gust coming through the competition area.
Yeah.
This is going to make for some exciting racing and has already made some exciting racing so far on day number 4 here in
some
Sylt.
hell gusts, eh? You
Yeah.
see them suddenly sometimes get almost pulled over.
Winners final, So, Martini, Benedetti, Mortefon, Board, Vonk, Preen, Goya. So it was Mortefon in fourth place.
Yeah. Goyard. We all put him in the top 3, but didn't get the start he wanted. Oh.
Justine Lemaitre, look at this.
She's cruising around, isn't she?
But I mean, the first time I really saw her dominate was that Lake Garda event. She won literally every elimination on the foil.
Yeah.
Extremely quick. And this is tricky conditions we've seen in the men, and she is already looking in absolutely dominating form. She's just been killing it this year, really has. So Justine Lemaitre leading in this women's fleet. Second place, Marion Mortefon. Third place, Blanca Alabau. Then we've got Van der Veen. Then we've got De Jong. Then Davico. But looking good for Justine Lemaitre. 2 jibe marks to go. As we've seen in the men, nothing can be taken for granted. You haven't finished until you've crossed that finish line. Lemaitre, plenty of room to play with, but still doesn't want any of those shocking catapults. They are painful. We saw Amado Vrieswijk break a boom on his catapult. I mean, it was a hell of a catapult.
Yeah.
You're going to
I mean, Blanca had a catapult on the last reach with no one around. Still finished third in the end, but yeah, ominous form here from Lemaitre, I would say. Not the best start, and by the first jibe, she was already first.
I think she's confident with her speed. You know, when you see someone starting like that, it's like Bjorn of the old days, just puts the hammer down and then gets a lead and then backs off. I'm not saying that's the way here, but just look at the distance already.
Yeah.
Lemaitre looking in really good form.
I mean, the top 3 are like quite out of the pack at the moment. Anything can happen, we saw that. But it's pretty much the same top 3 as before at the moment.
Yeah, Lemaitre just one
Keeps
reach to go to take a second win of day number 4 and then the opening day of the racing here in Sylt for the Citroen Windsurfing World Cup. Second place on the Patrick is Marion Mortefon. Then we've got the Severn starboard of Blanca Alabau, followed by
Femke van der Veen.
Van der Veen is still Van der Veen. So Justine Lemaitre, S2 Maui Sales, FMX boards, Finian Maynard, he's been picking them, hasn't he?
Yes.
He has been picking them.
He's been spotting the talent.
Yeah.
You can tell him that. It's
So
been
Justine Lemaitre, just meters from her second win here on day number 4. And what a good day. I mean, I said to you, you nervous? You're leading the rankings? She's like, no, I'm good. And that's probably why. Second win for Justine Lemaitre here on day 4 in Sylt. Second place is going to be Marion Mortefont. Change of sponsors for her this year on the Patrick gear and looks to be in good form. And then third place, it is going to be Blanca Alabao to take that third spot.
And Van der Veen takes 4th. So pretty much exactly the same result as the heat before. I think Blanca was a bit closer this time.
Just less drama.
A bit less drama.
There was definitely more drama in the first one.
I mean, there was a bit drama at the start. We thought Lemaitre was very far back. But like, I feel like she has 6th gear.
I think she's got another gear, and
Yeah.
she's definitely got that extra gear where when she wants it, she can turn it on. And we kind of saw that with Johan So.
Yeah.
You know, he was behind Bruno and then went, you know what, I'm coming.
Yeah.
And then just pushed past, and that was it. It was done. We have seen external factors causing problems, though. And there we go. That was what it was on the start. I mean, that was a hell of a lead to give up.
Yeah.
But again, she doesn't need to be over. She knows she's going to be in the race. And then she was leading by that much at the first mark.
Exactly.
Took out a good chunk. Interesting. And looks like a bigger sail.
Yeah. I mean, in the heat before, she went down below past Marion Mortefont, which I think is pretty hard to do because you come full into the wind shadow.
Yeah.
Then you must be either very fast or be on a bigger sail.
Well, solid race from the French rider. And now she is, if the event was to finish now, she'd be looking good for that world title. But with no discards this year, you have to remember that. You can't afford any mess-ups in any event. So far this event has started well.
Yeah.
We're going to have another event after this in Japan. But firstly, you've got to put a good result here. Let it on the table. But with no discards, it's never over.
How many races are planned for today?
It's a good point. I don't know.
3.
For the women, I guess they could.
Yeah,
we've
I guess
one
for
final. They could
they're
bash
gonna
out
get
a few.
to 4. So
The next race will start in half an hour's time. So there will be a 30-minute break. Are we going to have any interviews? I will keep you posted. So we are going to try and get some interviews. So if you are thinking, oh, we've got half an hour to go and make a cup of tea, have some food. No, you have not. We're going to try and get some interviews. Obviously, it's a bit further away for the guys and the girls to get back in, but they'll be coming into the beach very soon. And it will be interesting. I mean, we don't have to speak just to the winners. It will be interesting to speak to anyone who's been out there. Just give us an idea of what it feels like to be on the water. I mean, Amado Vrieswijk might be an interesting interview. I mean, there's a few guys which have got stories.
there's almost more guys who have a story than who don't have.
Yeah, I mean, Johan So, I mean, he was just so dominant.
He won every race, he did.
Yeah. Bruno looked good as well. Both of those guys throughout that, you know, you can put in the external factors, but it didn't seem to affect those guys.
No.
And I mean, you could call it luck, call it whatever, but seems weird when the guy in the front who always just looks solid just seemed to
Yeah, I
make it
mean,
happen.
they both were very, very comfortable. I think Benedetti, he dodged a few bullets, but actually in that final, he looked very good.
Yeah, solid.
He was very, very close to get third.
There he is. Alfie Harp going in for the interview on
Exactly.
Daniela Benedetti. And
I
that's a
wanna
good way to start.
Exactly.
Solid.
Exactly. I want to get an interview with Marotti.
Yeah.
How do you start without helmet? What happened?
No, Bruno.
Bruno, yeah, that's what I mean.
We need, can we, I don't know how the guys are doing because obviously replay's not that easy to get, but can we have another look? Have we got that helmet sort
Falling
of
off in
moment?
slow.
I mean, that
It's-
was, how did it happen? He looked like he caught the clue? Or
I think Mortefont came from the top, and I think they kind of touched, and I think maybe he got stuck in the harness lines or
Oh,
something.
you have to be careful here. That's how you break a mast. That
Yeah.
little bit of shore break there, if that goes up the clue,
It's
like
Cedric.
this, yeah, but it can be anyone. But
Yeah.
I've had that in Nalu once, and he broke my leg. It's
There was
quite a
no
lot of
flow.
power going.
Yeah.
You know, when you've got an 8 meter, 7 meter, 6 meter
Look at your
sail.
feet, my friend.
Yeah, it's Johan So, the beast, the winner
He's a beast.
of this first elimination. I mean, it's a shame he couldn't do further. You know, he obviously did the Olympics.
It was a
But
choice
he would
to
have wanted to
make.
do it
Yeah.
because he is Mr. Foil at the moment. You know,
Well, he did good on the fin as well, no? What
Yeah.
did he end up? Second behind Martini
it's a good question.
in Denmark. You were there.
Yeah,
You
I
were
know.
commentating.
I know.
You should know.
I'm pretty sure. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah,
No,
I
it's-
think so, because Jody was third.
Okay, so we are going to go for an interview on the beach. Looks like we're going to have Johan So coming up for the interview. So, yeah, let's go down to the beach to join Sarah Jackson.
Du musst ein Stück näher kommen. Right, Ben's just it's just gone. Oh, has it? We can start. We can go if you want. Johan, winning that one. Talk me through the race.
That was, I think, a pretty good start compared to the others. And a lot of seaweed, especially on the first reaches. But got a little bit better throughout the course. But then I actually was holding a little bit back on the second reach because I didn't think I could overtake Bruno. But then I was like, okay, I'll go for it. And then I did it. So it was pretty good. And yeah, happy to start my World Cup season how I ended it. So let's go for more.
You were at the Olympics all summer. You're now changing over. Have you done much training for this event?
No, I've been a little bit on it since the Olympics, but not as much as I would have liked. But the gear are going good, so I'm happy.
Super gusty conditions today. How are you managing that?
I don't know, just closing the sail in the gust, I think.
Awesome. Well, good luck in the next one.
Thank you.
Yeah, closing the sail in the gust. That's a good tactic.
He's so like, I didn't train too much, not as much as I like, but all seems to work very well.
Yeah,
So-
interesting what he said about the seaweed on the first reach for him.
Exactly.
So again, it's like I'd like to know what tactics they have because I've spoke to a few of them about it, and it's like you're not jumping it off. You've just got to sail it off, and that means you've got to have a setup where you can keep the thing solid.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe some foils, some different ways they're designed are harder to keep. I don't know, because we've definitely seen some guys. Again, it could be are just unlucky. It could be, but it feels like it's the similar guys
Yeah.
happening to them, you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're kind of thinking, well, is there something in that their foil needs more lift to stay stable? Or, again, I'm just trying to kind of come to terms with it. But it just could be luck. But
Yeah,
he seemed to be very lucky, if that's the case, which I'm not sure I'm going with.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting where is the seaweed coming from, you know? Actually, because of the east-southeast, it can come out of the... Like, we're on a little island, and behind it, there's probably quite some seaweed after summer. And it's maybe the first time it's this offshore winds. So maybe there's even more coming.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
So I'm not sure if we're going to have any more interviews. Obviously, the next start is in 25 minutes' time, but we will be having another interview on the beach. I've just heard now. So stay with us. We're going to get another interview. And I'm going to request on the next elimination that we have a word with a couple of the guys that it didn't go quite well for. Because sometimes the ones that win, they've not got all the stories. Okay, straight down to the beach with another interview.
Bruno, what happened on the start?
Looks like I don't have a nice relation with the helmet. I was just getting in my start really down to the pin, and I saw, I think, Piero Nico come really fast from the top. But I was about to get squeezed, but I need to go up to get the mark and pass down. And by the moment it was the time to go down, somehow I get hooked from the harness like from Pierre, and I guess like just snatching my helmet, and I don't know what happened and how I hold it and all, because I feel it, the stuff, I still feel it a bit hurt. But happy for my sailing, and this time was very, very tough, was really windy, and let's see.
It was really cool to watch. Good luck in the next one.
Thank you.
Wow. His nose did not look in a good shape there, did it? So, I mean, he played that down a little bit. It'd be interesting. We're going to try and find that footage later on, but we're going to take a break now. We're going to come back, like I said, in about 25 minutes' time for Elimination 2, Elimination 3 and 4 for the women. And like I said, don't go too far away. There's going to be some exciting action coming up.
Elektromobilität ist nicht länger nur etwas für die Elite. Die Revolution hat begonnen. Der neue Citroen EC3 ab 23.300 Euro.
Neues von Ehrmann. Du hörst das Knistern, spürst die Vorfreude und schmeckst die Schokolade. Großer Genuss ist Grand Dessert von Ehrmann. Keiner macht mich mehr an.
Got me upside down, spinning around you. Wanna taste the clouds, dance with them. Take it to around your body. Boy, I love the way you got me. Starry-eyed, got me starry-eyed. Got me upside down, spinning around you. Wanna taste the clouds, dance with them.
Everything should end and begin at sunrise. And in between, there should be the sea, the food, the people, the music, the wind, love, and pleasure. I'm 42 years old, and this is my first sunrise. There are 1,000 reasons to come to Punta Cana to watch this sunrise, and 999 more. Taste the paradise. Taste Punta Cana.
Okay, so we're back in for racing. Are you ready for the carnage? If you missed the last elimination, well, you missed out because it was some pretty exciting racing going on here on day 4 for the Citroen Windsurfing World Cup. We have got foil slalom at its best. We've got some unexpected crashes going on. We've had some big names dropping out. But the winner of the first elimination, Johan So, yes. Bruno Martini also looking good. Benedetti looking good. But like I said, some big names missing out. If you didn't tune in, I'll do a quick recap in a minute. But we got coming up heat number 1, elimination 2 for the men. We got Benedetti in this one. We got Jordi Vonk, Winter, Vrieswijk. This was a man that was looking fast but crashed out big time in that first elimination. We've got Mercer, Macker, Hessels, and Stallman. That is your first heat of elimination 2. And there is a bit of weed in the water. That's what we're hearing. From what we saw, you know, through the cameras, it was affecting some people more than others. Now, I don't know why that is, or if it's just luck. You know, those guys seem to be catching it more than other people, or it seemed to be affecting the ride height of certain foils or certain people are different. I was trying to figure this out. It could be, you know, that different people have different pressures on the foils. They ride differently. They ride with different foils. They ride with different power. You know, it could be something like that. But we are going to see some carnage. That is for sure. Who are you betting on in this round? If you are going to bet, who would you give me some top 3s that you think in elimination 2 that can possibly happen? I mean, Amanda Vrieswijk looks a solid bet, but he had some big crashes, and that one broke his boom. You know, we saw Bruno Martini lose his helmet. He lost his helmet. He got wrapped inside Pierre Mortefon's harness line, and then Pierre kind of pulled the sail. He felt it pulling, and that then ripped the helmet off Bruno's head, and the strap kind of pushed his nose, and you could see kind of damaged his nose in the end. And Bruno carried on, was leading the race for quite a good way. In the end, finished second, but a solid result for Bruno Martini. Let's have a quick run here. Bruno Martini, just to give you an idea, I'll get my words out in a minute. In Fuerteventura, where was Bruno Martini? Anyone remember? Just having a quick look through. Bruno Martini, 35th. Had a shocker in Fuerteventura. You know, and he's opened this sort of racing here in Sylt, and he's looking good. So, yeah, could he do some damage in this event to other people's overalls, you know, title chances? I think he could. Let's have a look, see if we've got any results not quite in at the moment. All right, 45 seconds on the clock. Are we going to see any carnage? Let's wait and see. 30 seconds. Are we going to see upsets in the first round? I mean, the first heat of the first elimination, we lost Maciek Rakowski before the start. Like, big crash on the start line. Okay, here we go. Sun is shining offshore here in Sylt. You think it would be flat, but there is some swell around. And there we go. What a start. Look at that. That just shows how windy it is. That view from downwind looking up just gives it a really different perspective, doesn't it? Amado Vrieswijk, look at the speed of the guy from Bonaire. We've got Winter in second place on the Patrick. It looks like we've got Jordi Vonk in there as well on the duotone. And then the Neil Pride of Macker, maybe. Where's Benedetti? Benedetti, a little bit of work to do, but coming through underneath. Look at the lead of Amado Vrieswijk, though. Like I said, he will be a danger man. He looks like he's got all the skills needed to be winning some rounds here. We obviously know how good he is here in Sylt, won the last 2 events. So, yeah, look at that lead, though. Amado Vrieswijk. The difference is that low drone really gives the idea of the speed, doesn't it? And then the wind, the higher drone, you can see the gusto, which is cool as well. So Amado Vrieswijk leading, Jordi Vonk in second, Benedetti in third. But remember, this is the qualifying round. So top 4 positions will get through to the next round. A little bit of a drop down on the foil there for Amado Vrieswijk. Doesn't need to win by quite so far. Just needs to get over the line in the top 4. Mercer in 4th place at the moment. Looks like a few of the guys have changed down sails to smaller sizes, and I think it makes sense. The wind is meant to pick up out the day, and Amado Vrieswijk goes down at the jibe mark. He's got such a lead that he should be able to get back on, and he does get back on. But Jordi Vonk goes round into 1st place now. Amado trying to get back going. Benedetti has still not overtaken Amado Vrieswijk. That's the lead he had, and that is the good thing with having such a lead. Wow. So, yeah, exciting racing. Jordi Vonk in the lead now. Amado Vrieswijk in 2nd place. Benedetti in 3rd. And then we've got the Patrick Sale of Winter, I think it is, from Denmark. 2 jibe marks to go. Can't believe the difference in the speed of these riders and how fast Amado Vrieswijk is to fall off like a proper catapult and get back on and still be in 2nd with still that lead ahead of the current tour leader, Daniele Benedetti. But Benedetti maybe just taking it easy, trying to cruise it through. But if you have something unfortunate happen, it gives you less, room for error. Like Amado Vrieswijk proved, he was was far ahead, but because of that gap, it made he could make a mistake. So, Jordi Vonk, Amado Vrieswijk, Benedetti, Winter, that's your top 4 at the moment. Look at it, far from flat out there, that's for sure. Go, Jordi Vonk, Amado Vrieswijk. It is going to be Benedetti. Look at those big gusts. Winter struggling to hold on to that. I think we've got Storman on the GA behind him. So Storman pushing through, trying to challenge for that 4th place. But Amado Vrieswijk does look like he's maybe going a little bit calmer now as we come down this final reach. So Jordi Vonk will win this Heat 1 of Elimination 4. 2nd place, Amado Vrieswijk. 3rd place will be Daniele Benedetti. And then in 4th, it will be Winter. Noah Winter from Denmark gets through to the semi-finals. Storman will miss out. There we go, eventful, but in the end, results stay the same. Okay, heat number 2, Bruno Martini, Nico Preen, Thomas Goya. We've got the Wolf, Tajima. We've got Everard, Van der Berg, and Fortune. That's your 8 riders in this heat. Could anyone cause an upset? Tajima was going well, actually, the Japanese rider in that first elimination. He was unlucky not to get in the top 4, actually. Yellow flag is down, so 1 minute until the start of Elimination 2, heat number 2. Is Nico Preen feeling the pressure? The German in front of the German crowd. He was looking actually in pretty good form in that first elimination. Just a few wobbles, but I think everyone's wobbling out there. It's not easy conditions. It's sunny, but there is definitely a bit of a wind chill out there as well. But look at this. That is a different view from Sylt, further up the beach, away from the town. And here we go, lining up on the start. Oh, a little bit of a sandwich in the middle, and a few nil prides in this one, isn't there? 5 to be precise, and look at the wind. This is a great angle actually to see the power. Bruno Martini looking good, Nico Preen looking good, 1 and 2 coming down this first reach, and then it's a real fight for 3rd, 4th and 5th. It's going to come down to the wire, that is for sure. But look at the lead already. Bruno Martini absolutely flying. He has found his form, hasn't he? So maybe that win in the IFCA Finn World Championships has just given that confidence he needed. Everyone knows he's one of the quickest riders out there. He just needs to put a full series together, and he's looking good today. So Bruno Martini round in first place, then Nico Preen. Then we've got Thomas Goya, I think it was. And then we've got another Neil Pride rider, which looks to me could be Tajima, could be Everard, could be Marotti maybe. Maybe it is Marotti. So Marotti, one of the lowest seeds in this because he had a disaster in that first elimination. But yes, it is Enrico Marotti in 4th place. Not the best start from him, but he's pushing through here. The Wolf is there in about 4th or 5th place as well. So difficult when you've got Marotti as one of the unseeded riders in this. It makes it more difficult. But it's Bruno Martini round in first place. He's got his helmet on this time. Then we've got Nico Preen, then Thomas Goya, then Enrico Marotti, then the Wolf. Great jibe from the Wolf inside Marotti. The Wolf is putting the pressure on the Croatian here. The Wolf has moved up into 4th place. Great jibe. Really good jibe. Thomas Goya, the Wolf and Marotti fighting for that 4th place at the moment. Out in front, Bruno Martini, Nico Preen. Marotti looks like he's got some speed down this bottom end. The Wolf up the top end. Keep your eye on the 4th place though. This is a qualifying round, remember. So Bruno Martini, Nico Preen, Thomas Goya. And it is Marotti and the Wolf. Look at those two going head to head. It's going to come right down to the last jibe mark for that 4th place. The red Severn of the Wolf, the Neil Pride of Enrico Marotti, and the Patrick Sale of Thomas Goya, all fighting it out. 3 riders for 2 places. The top 2 look very secure at the moment. Bruno Martini and Nico Preen. The Wolf has slipped back here. The Wolf has definitely slipped back, or has he? He's gone low. Actually, the Wolf has gone low, trying to get inside Enrico Marotti. Wow. Bruno Martini's round. Nico Preen going round now. Then Thomas Goya, then Marotti and the Wolf. That's the battle for 4th place. It's going to be Marotti going in first. And the Wolf goes to the inside, and he pushes too hard. And that will be it. The Wolf is out, and Marotti will hold on under a bit of pressure there to take that 4th spot. Just as we left that, it looked like Thomas Goya had a little bit of a crazy moment, but he's managed to hold it down. Bruno Martini, what has he had for breakfast today? He's on one. So Bruno Martini wins it. Nico Preen, solid race for him. In 2nd, Thomas Goya. In 3rd, and then in 4th place, it will be Enrico Marotti. I think then we got Everard going over. Okay, right, on to heat number 3. Okay, so we have got a little bit of time before the next heat starts. We're going to take a small commercial break, and then we will be straight back with the live action.
Elektromobilität ist nicht länger nur etwas für die Elite. Die Revolution hat begonnen. Der neue Citroen EC3 ab 23.300 €.
Neues von Ehrmann. Du hörst das Knistern, spürst die Vorfreude und schmeckst die Schokolade. Großer Genuss ist Grand Dessert von Ehrmann. Keiner macht mich mehr an.
Okay, so here we go. We are going back to live racing, and don't let that sun fool you. You know, it is sunny, it's nice, but as probably plenty of you know, when the sun's out, it's usually because the wind is coming from the north. I'm sitting here in the jacket. Yes, it is a little bit chilly out there. The sun makes it all the difference. Actually, tomorrow though, there's not much sun and the wind's from the same direction, so that might be a little bit more chilly. There is freestylers getting like nervous. We saw Leonard Neubauer going out earlier, and he was literally like a kilometre out to sea on his own on a 5.2 practicing freestyle. That guy is trying to get his first ever PWA world title. And he's keen, absolutely keen. So those guys are fighting for a competition. It looks like maybe tomorrow or the next day we could be going to freestyle. But as you know, at the moment we are on with the racing, and we have seen some absolutely crazy stuff so far. Amado Vrieswijk, he's still making mistakes, but we know how quick he is. Is he going to get it together in Elimination 2? We'll have to wait and see. But coming up next, we've got heat number 3 of Elimination 2. And we have got 8 riders in the mix here. Pierre Mortefon, Cedric Board. We've got Schoberg, Mattis. We've got Sukas in here. But look at the unseeded riders. Yakino and Rakowski both had disasters in Elimination 1. That puts them in the bad seeding. But what does that mean? That puts much pressure. You know, Schoberg, he's got a great seed in this one. But then you look at the unseeded riders, it's not helped him. He's got Yakino and Rakowski in this heat. Delarue as well. He's going to be looking at this heat thinking, well, this is pretty stacked. So, yeah, this is a difficult one for a few of the riders in here. Not an easy heat to be in. You wouldn't want Yakino and Rakowski being the unseeded riders in your heat. You just wouldn't. Everyone's beatable, but some are more beatable. They are difficult, but as we saw, they crashed out in the last round, so no guarantees. And here we go, getting down to it. Heat number 3, Elimination 2. The swell as well. This offshore wind is crazy. There's a bit of swell running. There's apparently a bit of weed out there as well. And we have got massive gusts coming through the competition area. So it's a massive, there's some difficult factors. Look at the squeeze down that bottom end. Wow. There was a big sandwich going on down towards that pin end. And look at this. We've got Schoberg at the top end on the duotone. Good start from him. We've got Matteo Yakino down here. On the Neil Pride, we've got Maciek Rakowski in the middle. On the Phantom sail, that is Mortefon. So Mortefon looking good here. Matteo Yakino and Mortefon and Maciek Rakowski So two of the unseeded riders right up in the mix here. And Sukas from Greece is giving it a good go on the RRD. Look at that. Pushing Maciej Rakowski all the way down this opening reach as we come into the mark. It is going to be Mortafon that's going to go round in first place. So Pierre Mortafon sitting in second place in the world rankings. Then we've got Matteo Yukino. He's back in fourth place in the world rankings. Then great jibe from Maciej Rakowski and not a good jibe from Sukas. He's in the water now and swimming. Mattis, really disappointing rounding from him. He's quite far back. But Sjoberg in the mix. He's going to need a mistake from someone ahead of him, or he's going to have to show some good speed. But it's Pierre Mortafont leading, then Maciej Rakowski, then Matteo Yukino. And then we've got the fourth place rider on the Severn, which could be Cedric Board, is it? Yeah, Cedric Board. Oh, need to keep it together, boys. Pierre Mortafont, Matteo Yukino, Maciej Rakowski, Cedric Board. That's your top four. We got Sjoberg in about fifth place at the moment. Oh, I think we just lost someone on that jibe mark. Went down pretty hard. But Pierre Mortafon looking good. Yeah, I think we lost Sjoberg on that jibe. Top four look quite clear ahead. But as we saw in previous races, it's not over till it's over. We have seen people crash out with no pressure, no one around them. So it can happen. Pierre Mortafon safely round. Matteo Yukino safely round. This is just the first round. Some good jibes from Maciej Rakowski. He's getting a lot of acceleration on that inside line. And if it's a closer race, when we're talking semi-finals, those type of jibes are going to do some serious damage. Cedric Board cruising in fourth place at the moment. Look at the wind. You know, from certain angles, it just looks windier. Mattis not giving up on that fourth place at the moment. He's got Cedric Board ahead of him. He's going to need to see a mistake. Something is going to have to give if Mattis is going to get up into that top four. At the moment, no mistakes from the top four riders. Pierre Mortafon, Matteo Yukino. I mean, these are some of the biggest names in windsurfing racing over the years. And still is. So Yukino having a real wide jibe there. Maciej Rakowski too. Just cruising round. They just want to stay nice and safe. And Cedric Board as well in fourth place. And I think without any more dramas, this should be the top four in the next round. Although Mattis is pushing hard, isn't he? He's catching. I just don't think there's enough time left on this last reach for Mattis to take down Board. He would need a mistake. Could happen. No guarantees in this foil slalom discipline. But it's Pierre Mortafon that wins it. Matteo Yukino in second. Maciej Rakowski in third. And Cedric Board. Oh, no! Whoa! Mattis! How did he do that? Alexis Mattis, wow, what a comeback. I was saying he was pushing hard. It looked like Board was cruising and Mattis come back from the dead to steal a spot in the semi-finals. Did Cedric Board see him coming? Obviously not. He needed to push harder. Mattis just let it all hang out, put the pedal to the metal, and that was it. Wow, hammer down. Okay, next up, we're going to have heat number 4. And this is going to be 9 riders in heat number 4. Yellow flag is up, so still just gone 2 minutes till the start. But coming up in heat number 4, we're going to have Johan. So he won the first elimination here. 1 minute to go. We're going to have Nico Goya in this one. Michelle Becker. Lohan Jules. We're going to have Hooper in this. We've got Struzmar, Foyer, and Pogaman. I was just looking at this this picture and it was freaking me out. Oh, we've also got Kuzan in this, Alexander Kuzan. I was looking at the picture of Hooper there, thinking he looks really massive, but he's got the rash vest over the harness. It's kind of a bit confusing. It's like he's got a massive wide hips on him, massive arse, which is when you see him in real life, he doesn't look like that. It's freaking me out. All right, 5 seconds to go. Are we going to see any argy-bargy on this start? No, it looks a safe start. Nico Goya, good start. Johan So, look at the speed of the Danish rider. Look at that. That is Nico Goya that he just rolled over the top of. You know, that isn't just some guy. That's Nico Goya. Nico Goya coming back now, though. That's more like it. And it doesn't look easy out there. These guys are really fighting to keep that thing high and dry, not to touch down. As soon as they touch down, you can see the next guy is getting some angle. So it is Nico Goya that's going to go into the first mark in first place. Oh, he's lost a bit of lift there. And as I said that, So comes back. Yeah, he's maybe got a bit of weed because you just saw the board lose its lift. So Nico Goya round in first. Then we got Johan So, the beast. Then we've got Hooper, maybe. And then we've got the Patrick Sale of Michelle Becker. Neil Pride in the mix. Struesmar for you. Look how windy that is. Say it's not easy to tell sometimes when it's offshore. You see certain angles, you realise. So Nico Goya having a little bounce around here. Johan So in second place. So Goya. So. Hooper. Oh, the Neil Pride. We're going to have to work exactly out who that is. Cousins on the Patrick, actually. So we've got two Patricks in there. We know we've got Becker and Cousin both on the Patrick. Which is which? That looks like Hooper. So Hooper is the leading... Well, sorry, the second Phantom rider. Obviously, the first one, Nico Goya. Who's on the Neil Pride? Is that Foyer or is it Struesmar? Could be the Dutchman. But it's Goya, So, Hooper, and... Ooh. He's been challenged hard by Cousin. Cousin coming back on the Neil Pride. I think it's Struesmar. Yep, Struesmar. So Struesmar fighting it out with Cousin for that fourth place. Out in front, Nico Goya. Then we've got Johan So. We've got Hooper. And then Struesmar is the man in fourth place ahead of Alexander Cousin. Big Gus coming into this last jibe mark. We're definitely going to see that fourth place taken to the wire. Nico Goya, the beast, looks solid in first and second. Third place looks also pretty solid with Hooper, but fourth place is far from over. Struesmar, he's took a wide jibe there, but no, same line for Alexander Cousin. And Struesmar's holding on here. Struesmar from the Netherlands is holding off Alexander Cousin. We saw it with Mattis taking that low line and coming back strong. Could Alexander Cousin do that to Struesmar? Someone is going to have to put the afterburners on. They're going to have to hold it on. They're going to have to risk it all. When you're ahead, you don't want to fight that hard. You want to keep it controlled. But if you're in fifth place, you've got nothing to lose. But Struesmar is doing his job here. He's keeping it nice and high and dry and consistent. Struesmar will make it through to the semi-finals. Hooper, So, and Nico Goya as well are the four riders into that semi-final. So great race from the Dutch rider. Next up, we're going to have the semi-finals. from Elimination 2. There we go, a little highlight of the race. I think Johan Su, if that had been a final, might have pushed harder, but kind of in the end just went, you know what, this is a qualification round. Don't need to win it, but it's good news for Nico Goya fans. Just get that confidence and build it up. Okay, so here we go. Like I say, this is the highlights of the last heat of Elimination 2, heat number 4. This was the last of the quarterfinals. And some good racing going on. Solid as a rock. We've got the red flag up, so I think we've got a chance to go to let me speak. I've got a quick commercial break, and then we'll go straight in to the semi-finals. Okay, so news on the street. Amado Vreeswijk, we're all wondering what's going on, what's happening. Apparently, he's broke his box. So the foil box in his board is broken. He said he didn't hit anything. It's just there's no stability on it at all. But he's going to carry on racing. He doesn't have another board to use. So, yes, we'll have to keep an eye on that, but he's got a difficult one here. Jordi Vonk, Amado Vreeswijk, Benedetti, Vinter, Martini, Preen, Goya, and Marotti are all in this semi-finals. So, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I wonder what he's going to do. I guess someone needs to get him a new board. Could he borrow one? Wow. Yeah, interesting. Wow. Yeah, let's see how he gets on here. This could be dangerous almost. If you are just tuning in, we are on Sylt. Yes, day number 4 of the Citroen Windsurfing World Cup. And we are on with racing foil slalom. We've done 1 elimination in the men, 2 in the women. We're into the second elimination of the men, and this is the first of the semi-finals. Some big names in this. We've seen some big crashes so far, some crazy racing. We've seen helmets getting ripped off. We've seen some of the biggest catapults we've seen. It's been pretty hectic stuff. So no foregone conclusions. There has been a couple of top talents pushing through, though. And here we go. Semi-final. Number 1, Elimination 2. Looks a really nice spread line as we go down that bottom end. And I think it was Bruno Martini again with a great start. Great start from the Italian. And there's some people slowing up in the middle. Amado Vrieswijk with that broken box is just going for it, isn't he? What worries me is if he crashes in the middle of the reach with people behind him. But Bruno Martini, look at the speed of the Italian, but he's getting reeled in by Amado Vrieswijk. Amado Vrieswijk is not holding back with that broken box. I think he's just thinking, well, the further I get ahead, the more chance I've got if I crash to come back. But Bruno Martini holding him off right now. Bruno Martini holding off the Bonarian as we come into the first mark. So it's Bruno Martini, then Amado Vrieswijk. Then we've got Enrico Marotti. And then it's close behind. Really close fight for that fourth place. Is that Benedetti that's just moved up into fourth place? I think it might be. There's a Patrick challenging him as well. Out in the front, though, Bruno Martini. He's really got it together. Found some form on the foil here in Sylt on day one of the race, in day 4 of this competition. Amado Vrieswijk right behind him. Top 4 here will make the winners' final. Bruno Martini already got a second place to his name. Second place, Amado Vrieswijk. Great jibe from Amado Vrieswijk. Not the best from Bruno Martini. In third place, Enrico Marotti, after a disaster in that first elimination, is coming back strong in this one. And then I think we've got Becker. Oh, we can't have Becker. Vinter. Or Goya. Goya. Apologies. Not easy to see because there's such a spread in the fleet, actually, with this foiling. Third and fourth place riders seem quite far back sometimes when you're looking at the drone. But Amado Vrieswijk now leading with 2 jibe marks to go and a broken board. Impressive stuff, but Bruno Martini goes inside. So Bruno pushing. Amado still there. Then the Croatian. That Nico Preen in fourth. So Nico Preen pushing with Benedetti and Goya as well. Tough fight for Preen here, going against the Italian, Daniele Benedetti. Benedetti obviously leading the world rankings at the moment, but he's got a fight on his hands here with Nico Preen. Nico Preen has sailed quite a lot of the times here in Sylt. He's got the German crowd on his side, and he's got a YouTube audience to keep happy. So he's going to want to push super hard on this last jibe mark because he wants to make that winner's final. Amado Vrieswijk now in the lead ahead of Bruno Martini. These two have been going, switching all the way through. It's Enrico Marotti in third. Keep an eye on that jibe mark because there's going to be some big movements here. Benedetti does go in ahead of Nico Preen. So Nico Preen is missing out. Oh, no, he's not. That's Enrico. So Nico Preen is up. So Nico Preen, what is happening there? Unless I've misread the situation. I probably did. Maybe it was Nico Preen who was in that good position all along, and Enrico Marotti was the one further back. I apologise. It's not all over, though, as we come down this last mark. Yeah, there we go. Nico Preen, Benedetti, Bruno Martini and Amado Vrieswijk. Looks like it'll be those 4 riders that will go through to the final. Not easy to see with these so many Neil Prides around. I keep saying it, but can we have some distinguishing colours for different riders, please? Please. Apologies. I'm not even going to look at the comments. Yellow flag is up. Second semi-final, not far away. Okay, so here we go. This is the second semi-final, heat number 6 coming up. We've got Pierre Mortefon in this, Matteo Iuchino, Maciek Rakowski. We've got Mattis after that crazy comeback in the last one. We've got Nico Goya, Johan Su. We've got Hooper and Struismar. Yellow flag on the boat. Are we going to see any upsets? Matteo Iuchino, Rakowski, didn't make that Elimination 1 final. Johan Su, definitely a guy we need to keep an eye on. Killed it in that first Elimination final. Looked good in the previous one. So does Nico Goya. But they all can't make it through to the next round. We've got Mortafon, Yakino, Rakowski, Goya, Su, plus the others. But these guys, you know, these are big names in foil racing. Hooper as well. Mattis, 5th in the world. You know, this is not an easy semi-final. I don't think any of them are. But there's some especially big names in this one and a couple that have already made a mistake and can't afford any more. And that's why it's interesting. They're going to be pushing and pushing hard. Look at the mounts up down that bottom end. Rakowski's there. Mattis with a good start. Goya with a good start. Hoopert's in there. Yakino not with a great start. But look at Johan Su come through the middle. Johan Su just squeezing through the middle of the pack. And he is going to just go straight through that sandwich. The big Danish rider, a.k.a. the Beast, is going for it. Hoopert's looking a bit further back. It's Pierre Mortafon out in the lead, though. Some great speed from Pierre Mortafon. Also down this bottom end, Maciek Rakowski looking good. Goya looking good. Johan Su, though, just putting some pressure on. Gets, super high on the foil as we come into this first mark. And he rode out the storm there, the Beast. So the Beast goes round in first. Then we've got Pierre Mortafon, then Nico Goya, then Maciek Rakowski, then Matteo Yakino, then Mattis, then Hooper, then Struzmar. And Matteo Yakino is having a shocker here. He's right down low. He's got a fairly good bunch ahead of him. And that is going to be a difficult fight for Matteo Yakino to get inside the top 4 and to make the final here. Obviously, it's still early days in this race, but it is not looking good for the Italian. The Beast leading. Mortafon and Goya 2nd and 3rd. Maciek Rakowski in 4th place. That's not an easy 4-rider combo to break into. The Beast safely round. Goya and Mortafon. Rakowski, that's your top 4. Then we've got Mattis. And then we've got Matteo Yakino quite a long way back right now. He's going to need some massive disasters. Some big mistakes. I mean, where is Mortafon gone? Or is that Mortafon or is it Goya? Difficult to say which one's which at the moment. One thing's for sure. This is Johan Su. FMX and the 0.7 leading the way right now. Penultimate jibe mark. Safely round for the Danish rider. Ooh, Mortafon. Mortafon has a wobble. Oh, actually, I think that might have been Goya that had the wobble. With Saru's sticker at the bottom. Maciek Rakowski in 4th place, just needs to stay there. Get through to that final. Matteo Yakino has closed the gap a little bit. Any mistake, Yakino will be there, but he's going to need a mistake. It's not easy, though. Look at the conditions we've got coming into the last jibe mark. The Beast is going to go round in 1st place. Matteo Yakino is just hoping for a mistake from the top 4 riders. So the Beast is round. Goya, Mortafon, Rakowski, all safely round. Matteo Yakino is pushing hard, but he's a long way back. And that isn't going to happen anymore. Matteo Yakino is in the water, and that will be the end of his final ambitions for Elimination 2. He's going to have to settle for the runners-up final. Johan Su, though, it looks like he'll be making another final. Mortafon, Goya, Rakowski also making that 2nd elimination final. He's looking good, isn't he, the Beast? The Beast is looking good. Mortafon, Goya and Rakowski make the final. So there we go. That will be our final. Vrieswijk, Martini, Benedetti, Preen, Mortafon, Rakowski, Goya and Su. Matteo Yukino not making the first two finals on these first two eliminations. Obviously, Maciej Rakowski coming back from a disastrous first elimination to make it the final. He needed to make this final. Yeah, so Sniko Goyal with the yellow Saru sticker. Just so I'm saying that for my own peace of mind. Yeah, Matteo Yukino, oh, that was jibe. He would have been better in contention. Okay, we're going to take a quick ad break, and then we're going to be coming back to the final of the Women Elimination 3.
Yeah, got me upside down, spinning around you. Wanna taste the clouds, dance with them. Take a jump around your body. Boy, I love the way you got me. Starry-eyed, got me starry-eyed. Got me upside down, spinning around you. Wanna taste the clouds, dance with them.
Everything should end and begin at sunrise. And in between, there should be the sea, the food, the people, the music, the wind, love, and pleasure. I'm 42 years old, and this is my first sunrise. There are 1,000 reasons to come to Punta Cana to watch this sunrise, and 999 more. Taste the paradise. Taste Punta Cana.
Okay, so yellow flag is up for women's final number 3. So Elimination 3 final coming up for the women. We've got Davico in this, obviously Alabao. We've got Biaggiolini, Mortafon, De Jong, Van der Veen. We've got Engelman and Lemaitre. They are all going for the win here in Sylt. Justine Lemaitre has been looking very, very good in the opening 2 eliminations, winning both. She just looked like she had this extra speed boost. Marion Mortafon also looking good, very solid in second place. Alabao had a couple of wobbles, but quite solid in the end in third place. And then fourth place, Engelman had some moments. Van der Veen was also pushing with those two. So, yeah, I think it will be an interesting one to watch. Okay, so getting closer to the start. There's a couple of people saying Aussies and Kiwis, there's no representation. It's a good point. Come on. What's going on over there? What's happened to the racing scene? Always used to have a strong racing scene. You have to let me know in the comments what's going on over there in Australia. Here we go. So lining up, a couple of the Patricks in there. Engelman. We've got Mortafon. Davico's in there on the loft sail. De Jong on the Neil Pride, and at the top end on the S2 Maui sails, though, is Justine Lemaitre. I mean, she's given herself a tough ask. She's quite far back on that start, but she obviously is very confident with her speed and is going to try and push through. On the Severn, obviously, we've got Blanca Alabau. But yeah, look at the big gust coming through the competition area. Marion Mortefon looking good at the moment. Same for, I'm guessing it's Engelmann. Again, difficult to see from this far away, but it is Justine Lemaitre definitely in the middle of your picture. Marion Mortefon down on the right-hand side, and I think it's Engelmann up this top end. She was disappointed with her performance in the first one, but this is a better performance. If she's going to go around in first now, again, difficult to see from here, but look at the jibe from Lemaitre. What a jibe from the French woman, and Blanca Alabau coming through strong as well. So Lemaitre, I think, has just gone into first place from quite far back with a hell of a jibe on the inside. And Engelmann, is she in the water? We don't even see her anymore. So I'd gone from first, again, must have crashed out. So we've got Lemaitre in first, Marion Mortefon in second, and Blanca Alabau in third. I'm not quite sure what happened. Here we go. Well, round this outside jibe mark, it is Justine Lemaitre in first place. Second place, Marion Mortefon. Third place, Blanca Alabau. Fourth place looks like De Jong, the young girl from Bonaire. Already quite a good spread in this fleet. Justine has definitely got a speed advantage over the other riders in these conditions from what we've seen so far. Yep, Sarah Keita is not racing on the foil. She said she hasn't spent much time on it. She's only been doing the fin racing, so the Slalom X, and there's no Slalom X here in Sylt. There we go, Justine Lemaitre safely round. Marion Mortefon, not one of her best jibes, but safely round. Big gusts of wind coming through. Blanca Alabau in third place. I mean, I'm not saying this is survival conditions, but it's pretty on the edge, isn't it? They look like they're super powered up. There's some big gusts coming through the competition area, and that's the difference. You've got to take a sail to survive the holes, but you then got to survive the big gusts that come through. And Lemaitre is looking in unstoppable form right now. I mean, she wants that world title in 2024. It's hard to see when she's in this sort of form who's going to stop her. So there we go. Lemaitre round in first place. Marion Mortefon. Oh, Blanca Alabau has closed in on Mortefon here, so we might see a really good battle for that second place going on. What a jibe from Blanca Alabau. Great jibe down that bottom end to get the power on early, and we're going to see an out-and-out drag race on this last reach as Mortefon comes back against Blanca Alabau. And Marion Mortefon has actually accelerated away from Blanca. It's definitely not all over. It's going to be who pushes the hardest on this last reach. Blanca's already had one big crash today. If she pushes hard, one thing for sure, Lemaitre will get her third bullet of the day and opens up with 3 bullets in a row. What a start to the Citroen Windsurfing World Cup for Lemaitre. But look at this battle here. Blanca Alabau and Marion Mortefon going head-to-head all the way to the line, but it is going to be Marion Mortefon that takes the second place. Blanca in third. So there we go. That was the third elimination final for the women. Next up, runners-up final for the men, and then men's final, and then we will do another women's final. So 3 more heats to go. And this is how the runners-up final is looking. Enrico Marotti, Jordi Vonk, Thomas Goya. We got Noah Vinter in here. We've got Hooper, Giacchino, Struismar, and Mattis. That is your runners-up final. A win here gets you a 9th place. Who are we going to see win this? I mean, Enrico Marotti's been looking good. Jordi Vonk showed moments. Obviously, Giacchino really needs a single figure here, so he really has to push hard. Giacchino, and there we go. That is the start. Great start down this bottom end from Matteo Giacchino. Also, the Croatian, Enrico Marotti, reeling in over the top of... oh, no! God, that was a little bit scary there for me. And I'm not even on the water. Enrico Marotti just rode over that swell. He was on the edge of the foil, but managed to control it. I think Matteo Giacchino thought, well, maybe this is going to be a bit of a moment, and pull back a little bit. But Enrico Marotti charged on through, and it has helped him coming into this first mark in first place. No surrender. Thomas Goya further up on the Patrick sail, but it's going to be Enrico Marotti from Croatia round in first place. Then we've got Matteo Giacchino, then Thomas Goya. Great jibe from Thomas Goya, closing the door on Jordi Vonk there. Oh, and there's a crash from the Phantom of Hooper just behind. Enrico Marotti out in the front, lost a bit of lift there. And Thomas Goya makes it back. There's carnage at that mark. Vinter was in the water. Hooper was in the water. Mattis. But we're on the outside jibe mark here. Enrico Marotti leading. Thomas Goya in second place, and Giacchino is pushing back here. Matteo Giacchino has not given up on that win in this runners-up final. But it's going to be the Croatian that goes round in first place. Second place, Giacchino. Then Goya. There's definitely something in those jibes where they sort of come in high and then come out super tight with loads of power. You get this like slingshot effect. We saw it from Goya before, and he's going to need to do it again because he's now behind Matteo Giacchino, but out in front the Croatian, Enrico Marotti. Enrico Marotti's got some good form here. He'd be disappointed to not make the final, sitting in third place in the overall rankings coming into this competition. 2 jibe marks to go. Enrico Marotti can't afford a mistake. Needs this 9th place, which a win in this runners-up final would give him. There we go, Thomas Goya. A little bit of a slingshot, but not what he would have wanted. Matteo Giacchino stays ahead of the Frenchman. Enrico Marotti, though, a fairly decent lead here. Looking like he should have this runners-up final wrapped up. Jordi Vonk back in 4th place at the moment. But it is going to be the Croatian who's going to jibe first on the last jibe mark. Can't afford a mistake. He's got Thomas Goya behind him, Matteo Giacchino behind him. Goya trying to go from wide to tight, and there's a big bit of swell there. But Enrico Marotti gets round. Matteo Giacchino gets round. Goya's going to have to make his move now if he's going to make it. Not an easy person to overtake, Matteo Giacchino, but he's going to give it a go. Thomas Goya giving it a go on that top line. We've got Enrico Marotti down this bottom line, so he can't relax. He's going to have to push hard, and when the guys on the foils are pushing hard, all bets are off. And Thomas Goya is not backing down from that top end. Matteo Giacchino is closing in, and Enrico Marotti has got a fight on his hand here. He can't relax. He has to push, and when these guys push, like I say, anything can happen. Thomas Goya closing in. Thomas Goya closing in from the top, but Enrico Marotti's going to hold on. Thomas Goya is going to get second, and Matteo Giacchino is going to have to settle for 3rd place. Wow. Exciting last reach there. Looks like Vonk's going to get 4th place. This was the runners-up final, so 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th that was. in the overall points. Next up, we're going to have winners final. Looks like we're going to have a bit of time before the winners final. They let the drones come back, new batteries. And we're going to have a look at the highlights of that runners-up final. Look at this. This is that moment on that first reach here. Whoa. Yeah, impressive stuff from Rico Marotti. Great jibe there, wasn't it, from Thomas Goya? That probably was kind of the move. Here was when Hooper went down. Winter tried to go super inside, went down. Mattis actually must have been a bit of a wind hole on that jibe mark for all that sort of stuff. But look at this. Thomas Goya, great jibe on the inside of Matteo Yukino. He was always clipping at his heels the whole way around, Thomas Goya. And in the end, he did enough. And this was the last jibe. So Matteo looked like at this point you're thinking, well, it's going to be difficult, but then he got the run on that little bit of swell there and then pulled up to the top and then just put the hammer down and managed to squeeze past the Italian. Okay, we got the red flag up, so we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be back to bring you the men's winners final.
Elektromobilität ist nicht länger nur etwas für die Elite. Die Revolution hat begonnen. Der neue Citroen EC3 ab 23.300 €.
Neues von Ehrmann. Du hörst das Knistern, spürst die Vorfreude und schmeckst die Schokolade. Großer Genuss ist Grand Dessert von Ehrmann. Keiner macht mich mehr an.
Okay, so here we go. Yellow flag is up. When that comes down, we've got 1 minute till the start. This is the finalists. Vrieswijk sailing with a broken box at the moment. Could be dangerous. Martini's looked in great form. Benedetti, Mr. Consistent, leading the rankings. We've got Preen trying to do it for the channel, do it for Germany. We've got Johan So, he's looking devastating right now. Mortefon, second in the world at this point. We've got Goya, ex-foil world champion. And Maciek Rakowski, obviously world champion as well. So we've got a lot of big guns in this Elimination 2 final. Who will win it? Let's make some predictions. Well, from what we've seen so far, we cannot count out Johan Su. He looks in unbelievable form right now. Goya's looking good. Bruno Martini, I think, is looking good. They've all got the skills. I mean, that's not in question. We're just going on what we've seen so far, and they are definitely hot right now. What can Nico Preen do in front of a German crowd? You don't know. Sometimes you can push on. But I think to win it, there's a couple of names that are up there. Johan Su, it's going to be so difficult to bet against him. Goya will want to get that first win. Mortefon definitely has a chance, but Bruno Martini, we're not counting that guy out. He has got the speed. He has got the starts. We've got 20 seconds to go. Let's have a look, if we can, from the drone to see where the guys are lining up. It's good to see they're jostling for positions. Okay, we're not going to see it by the looks of it. Maybe the drone's not out there. Here we go. well, we've got Bruno Martini's in there. We've got Johan So pushing through the middle, but it's Nico Preen who is leading out of the prize at the moment. But look at Amado Vrieswijk. Broken foil box or not, the guy's got the speed. Amado Vrieswijk is not backing down. It's very scary to think he's sailing on the edge of control right now. Bruno Martini, look at the speed of the Italian as well. These are the guys that have looked fast, and Johan So's getting spat out the back. We didn't expect to see this on the first reach. Bruno Martini, look at the speed of the Italian. He's letting it all hang out because he wants to be first into that jibe mark. If you're first, you've got no one else to worry about. You just have to look at the road ahead, but great jibe from Amado Vrieswijk. A wide jibe from Preen, and he's out of it now. Johan So still in it. We've got Mortafon in there, but it's the Goya that is leading those Phantom Riders, and Johan So back in 4th place. And he is looking further and further back as we say that. Amado Vrieswijk is leading at the front. Future Fly and Severn Sells. Then we've got the JP Neal Pride of Bruno Martini. Oh, massive crash. Massive crash from Amado Vrieswijk. How many times can he do that? The guy is taking an absolute beating, but now leading is Bruno Martini. So Bruno Martini by default is now leading. I mean, the guy's got some serious speed. Nico Goya in 2nd place. Johan Su in 3rd place. Then we've got Mortafon. Then maybe Preen or Maciek Rakowski. But out in front, Bruno Martini. Is Amado Vrieswijk all right? There is movement there. So he is okay. Wow. That is going to take it out of him. He's had some of the biggest crash in foil slalom that I have ever seen over the years. It is insane that he can still... I mean, he's built like a... Yeah, one of those big brick buildings. I won't say what I was going to say, but he's built like a machine, that fella, and he needs to be. He is taking some beatings, but look at this. Bruno Martini doing it for Italy right now. Matteo Iachino might not be in the final, but Bruno Martini is, and he is looking in absolutely devastating form. It's like a switch has been done, and he is now just dominating. He doesn't know what it's like not to be at the front right now. Bruno Martini is leading this 2nd elimination, and he would be leading this event after 2 eliminations, but Johan So is fighting back. Johan So in 3rd place at the moment, trying to overtake Nico Goya. We've got Mortafon back there. We've got 1 jibe mark to go, but it is going to be Bruno Martini, 1 jibe mark before he can safely get down this last reach and take home the victory in that 2nd elimination. Goya fighting out with Johan So. Look at these two. Johan So has to switch his feet late, and Goya has done a move on him there. Nico Goya has pushed Johan So wide, and Goya will take 2nd place by the looks of it. Johan So will have to settle for 3rd, but out in the front, going to win this 2nd elimination of the Citroen Windsurfing World Cup. It is Bruno Martini, the big Italian. He's not known for his foil racing and consistency, but he is showing exactly that right now. Bruno Martini, after getting his helmet ripped off in the first race, he was claiming so early there. Never a good idea, but he does it. 2nd elimination to Bruno Martini. 2nd place for Goya. 3rd place, Johan So. 4th place is Mortafon. 5th place, Preen in 4th place. 5th place, sorry. 6th place is Maciek Rakowski. Wow. What a race. Get a bit of breath. We got the yellow flag up. We've got the women's 4th elimination coming up, final. Here we go. Davico, Alabau, Engelman. We got Mortafon, De Jong, Van der Veen, Biagilini, and Lemaitre. Lemaitre, sorry. Old habits. Wow. What a race that was. I mean, it'd be good to watch that. That's the hardest thing. When we've got the drone up there, it's difficult to do the highlights between the finals because obviously the drone's got to stay out there. So we have to go straight into the other final. But that crash from Amado Vrieswijk, yeah, that's going to cost him. It's going to cost him. He's going to be pretty frustrated right now. He's going to have to travel with some spare equipment, because when you're going as hard as he does and you're crashing as hard, obviously things will break. I mean, they're not meant to stand crashes like that guy does. I don't know anyone that crashes that hard. He's so committed. There we go. That's what we're doing on the beach. Cracking open the beers. I've got the Yogi tea on the go. And here we go. Women's elimination for final. Are we going to see a clean sweep for Justine Lemaitre? Here we go. Lemaitre up at that starboard end. It's never been the favoured end, but it's a safe end to start, and she gets nicely, safely away. We've got Engelmann in the middle of your screens. We've got Mortefon just up, but Engelmann going well from Germany. I mean, she was first to the mark in the last one, and then we lost her. So she could only think she crashed. But Engelmann having it now. A German in front of the German crowd. It's got to be motivating for 100%. So Engelmann, can she go round in first place, make a name for herself here in Sylt, maybe secure some sponsorship? That's what you want to do. Launch yourself to the world. She's sitting in 4th place, I think, in the overalls. So a really good showing from her. Only started to windsurf a few years ago, which is crazy. Gets a bit loose there, though, as Justine Lemaitre powers down on top of her. And it is going to be Justine Lemaitre that's going to go round in first place. But Engelmann is going to go round in second. So Lemaitre first to enter that jibe mark. Engelmann in second. Then we've got Marion Mortefon. Then Blanca Alabau. Keeps it solid, Engelmann. Keeping ahead of the two X. Oh, Engelmann goes down really hard. She was trying to keep it nice and upright, but that meant she went straight into the mast there, the German. Oh, that looked a nasty crash. Let's hope she's okay. Very easy to dislocate a shoulder or something like that when you come down on the mast. She looked like she was trying to take it safe and just got picked up. Okay. Oh, Justine Lemaitre goes down. Wow. Okay, well, it isn't going to be a clean sweep by the looks of it, and it's been a nasty crash. She's crashed upwind, so the rig has took on all the water, and it's going to take her a while to get up from that. Marion Mortefon now seizes the opportunity. Blanca Alabau in second place. Lemaitre still in the water. The young Bonarian girl up in third place. Could she get a third place? That would be a great result, but here it was. Justine Lemaitre, what happened? We're watching to see the cavitation goes down and just catches that nose and goes down to windward. Not an easy crash to come back from. She's already got 3 first places, so she will be leading after 4 eliminations, but she won't win this 4th elimination, and she will give someone else the chance. And who is taking that chance? Well, it's Marion Mortefon at the moment, seizing that opportunity to get a win under her belt. So Marion Mortefon, round in first place. 2 reaches to go, 1 jibe mark. Blanca Alabau right behind her. Oh, Blanca's gone down. Blanca has gone down on the outside. Who is in third place? Are they in striking distance? Well, there's someone coming through. It looks like it's De Jong, actually. This was Blanca Alabau coming in. Just a little bit of hesitancy there and just couldn't quite hold it. But Marion Mortefon is just up. Look at that. That's the stance of, I don't need speed. I just need to keep it together, because all I've got to do is get to the end of this race. And that's a 0.7 on the results. You can see she is in absolute, I'm going to go consistent here. There's no pushing for speed. Just needs to keep it together. Keep high and dry. 1 jibe mark to go. 1 reach to go. You won't be seeing any crazy jibes here. Just keeping it nice and safe. And there you go. Flipping the rig. Keeping it controlled. Lemaitre has not come back, has she? And it's still, oh, I think we just lost Davico. I think Davico went down. Blanca Alabao is still up in second place, and I think it's De Jong in third place. But Mortefon is going to be the one that wins this fourth elimination. Okay, so here we go. Marion Mortefon is going to take the win in elimination 4, and that's going to feel pretty good. It was looking like Justine Lemaitre was going to have a clean sweep today. She had the speed, but that crash has put her out of the race here, and Marion Mortefon will claim the 4th elimination victory for Patrick Boards and Patrick Sales. And I guess Patrick Foils. It's a full Patrick combo. New sponsors for her this year. So winning that 4th elimination, Marion Mortefon. Second place will be Blanca Alabao. And third will be De Jong on the Neil Pride by the looks of it. Okay, we're going to go straight down to the beach because I have heard we've got Bruno Martini lined up for an interview.
Wait. Now. Go. Yeah, go. Bro, talk me through that win.
Was a hell of a final because sometimes I'm so scared because there is like hold and you almost don't play, and sometimes you get the gas, you almost kill yourself. Whoa, and I don't know, it's very weird. It's very weird because we are going really slow. We are not going so fast. It's full of small seaweed in the water. I know it's very hard to understand, but it's completely different today.
Going back to the first elimination, can you talk us through what happened on the start line?
Yeah.
You go.
I tell to Pierre that this is my last helmet, so please, I don't want to buy another one.
Yeah, just for the live stream, talk us through the whole situation.
Well, I lost the helmet in the first first final because I get squeezed with Pierre and I get hooked by the harness line. And by the way, we were about to split each other. I get snatched the helmet, fortunately, and nothing happened, but looks like I got a punch on the face. Not that I'm not used to that, but not that much anymore. And it was nice because actually I was able still to first mark and was still able to play.
So second place in the first one, first in the one. You feeling good today?
Yeah, for the situation that we have, I feel good, to be honest. I feel also not wasting so much energy. And it's very tricky. I mean, you can turn it on or can turn it off in 1 second. So it's very, very hard. Nobody knows what can happen.
Good luck in the next one.
Thank you guys. Grazie.
Okay, so there you go. That was Bruno Martini looking good at this competition. We are going to take a break now. We are coming back in about half an hour's time or 25 minutes time. Don't go too far away. There's going to be exciting slalom action. So see you soon.
Elektromobilität ist nicht länger nur etwas für die Elite. Die Revolution hat begonnen. Der neue Citroen EC3 ab 23.300 €.
Neues von Ehrmann. Du hörst das Knistern. spürst die Vorfreude und schmeckst die Schokolade. Großer Genuss ist Grand Dessert von Ehrmann. Keiner macht mich mehr an.
Yeah, got me upside down, spinning around you. Wanna taste the clouds, dance with them. Take a jump around your body. Boy, I love the way you got me. Starry-eyed, got me starry-eyed. Got me upside down, spinning around you. Wanna taste the clouds, dance with them.
Everything should end and begin at sunrise. And in between, there should be the sea, the food, the people, the music, the wind, love, and pleasure. I'm 42 years old, and this is my first sunrise. There are 1,000 reasons to come to Punta Cana to watch this sunrise, and 999 more. Taste the paradise. Taste Punta Cana.
Minuten müssen wir noch warten auf den dritten Slalom bei den Herren. Und in der Zwischenzeit vielleicht hier schon mal der Tipp. Wir haben heute eine Weltpremiere für euch. Und zwar um 17 Uhr die Weltpremiere vom neuen Citroen IC3 Aircross an der Citroen Lounge mit Citroen Deutschlandchef Thomas Kohlstrom und Linus Erdmann, einer der erfolgreichsten deutschen Wassersportler, mehrfacher deutscher Meister im Alten. Das Ganze, wie gesagt, um 17 Uhr an der Citroen Lounge südlich vom Parkplatz.
Okay, so we are back. We're going back into racing. Elimination 3 for the men, elimination 5 for the women. The wind looks like it is absolutely cranking right now, and not long until we get things underway. Just been looking at the results, but this is heat number 1 in elimination 3. We've got Johan So, Maciej Rakowski, Yakino, Hooper, Stallman, Becker, Sukas, and Foyer in this first one. So some big guns in it, but as I said before, the quarterfinals, we're going straight in at quarterfinal stage, so you're going to have some tricky heats. But in the overalls at the moment, Bruno Martini leading this event so far. In second place, we've got Johan So. Third place is Pierre Mortefon, Nico Goya in fourth, and Benedetti in fifth. Sixth place, Nico Breen, Vonk, Goya, Vrieswijk, and Board. That's your top 10 at the moment. We've seen some hell crashes so far today in this racing discipline. I spoke to Amado Vrieswijk before, and he basically said, well, what he thought was the problem was not the problem. It wasn't the box on the board. It was actually the foil plate had come away, which had cracked, which was making it unstable. And then in the last race, it actually just gave out and broke. So that was why he had that big crash. So it's not going well for Amado Vrieswijk, but when it can go that wrong and you're still in 9th place, it says something, doesn't it? We've got Sol de Greek in the house. Obviously not a racer, but she's pretty quick out on the waveboard.
Thank you.
All good?
Yeah, all good. Had some nice days, couple of past days, which is good.
Enjoying the racing?
Yeah, some nice races already. They go really fast, I saw.
And you were close to maybe getting a podium here in Sylt.
And at the moment I'm third, which
Oh,
is
yeah,
already
third.
on the
Sorry,
podium.
yeah, but I meant in the final, guaranteed podium. Sorry, my mistake.
Yeah, it was close. But it was difficult getting out that day with a big short break. But yeah,
but sitting in third place is pretty solid. I mean, we'll have to see how the week pans out, but there is a strong possibility of being on the podium in Sylt, which is very impressive. How old are you? 14?
14 at the moment.
14
Next
years
month,
old.
15.
Well, oh, you're getting old. Oh, 15,
Getting old, yeah.
15 years old. 14 years old, kid, you get on the podium in Sylt. It's looking good, the way the forecast's looking. Right, like I said, racing coming up. Yellow flag is up on the boat. Heat number 1 for the men, not too far away. Will we see any more upsets in this elimination? We've already seen quite a few. We saw Maciej Rakowski crashing out in the first one. Marotti crashing out. We saw Yakino crashing out. We've seen quite a few big names going down. Obviously, Amado Vrieswijk with some massive crashes as well. But Bruno Martini looking very good, and Johan So. Both of those guys have been super consistent. But yellow flag is up, and we will be going soon. When that yellow flag comes down, we'll have 1 minute until the start. If you're out there in YouTube, let me know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for, who do you think is going to win this event. It's early days so far, but yeah, you can still make some predictions. When is the freestyle going to be on? Well, the wind will need to change a bit because these guys are so far out. It's pretty much impossible to judge. There is talk, if this is the same case tomorrow, they might have to judge the freestyle from the drones, which, again, it's got complications, but it also is pretty cool as well. So we'll have to see how that works out. The wind is meant to go more north, and if it comes from the northeast, then it's a whole different ball game, and I think it gets way cleaner, the wind, and we can sail further in. So that's how it's looking. 35 seconds to go. They are lining up for the start at the moment. Swindon in the UK tuning in. We've got the Netherlands tuning in. Matthias saying, go the beast. Johan So is the beast, apparently. I mean, he's got that name and fair play. It's definitely a stick. I mean, we look for the highlight video today, or you have to look back over the live stream, but Bruno Martini lost his helmet in a bit of a like coming together with Pierre Mortefon. And here we go, lining up for the start. Heat number 1, and someone's already gone down on the GA. Someone crashed on that GA. Who was that? Well, we'll have to have a look now. I'm looking down the list. I think it was Stallman crashing out, but it's Maciej Rakowski leading at the front on the Neil Pride. Then we've got the Beast on the black sail. On the red sail is Matteo Yakino trying to get his thing right back on track. We got Sukas in there on the RRD in 4th place. But Maciej Rakowski looking good. The Beast pushing hard. Matteo Iachino is not giving an edge. Look at this. Absolutely neck and neck racing as we come into the first mark. Not one of them giving an inch or backing off. And it looks to me that it will be Maciej Rakowski that doesn't back down and goes round in first place. So Maciej Rakowski in first, then Iachino in second. The Beast, look at that great jibe though from Johan So on the inside. And Sukas just shutting the door on the Phantom sail. That is Hooper. But a great opening reach there from the Polish rider Maciej Rakowski. But the Beast now in the lead. Johan So out in front. I mean, it's a shame that Johan couldn't make Furta this year, or he would definitely be in with a title chance. We all know what happened the year before, and Hooper goes down with a massive crash, and it looked like something might have broken there. We've seen some big stacks already, some big gusts coming through the competition area. Look at that wind. It's only meant to pick up, so we are in for an exciting afternoon of foil slalom action. At the moment, we're in the first heat of Elimination 3. Top 4 riders will qualify through. Johan So in first place. Second place, Maciej Rakowski and Matteo Iachino fighting it out. And then Sukas in fourth place. And as long as they stay on the foil, no craziness, they will be qualifying through to the semi-finals. They've almost done the hard work already. Now it's just staying on the thing, although some would argue that might be hard as well. It's not easy out there. Just making it to the end of the course in one piece is no mean feat. But Johan So looking good. Maciej Rakowski, after a disastrous first elimination where he crashed in the first heat on the start line, came back, made a final. I think he finished 6th in the last final. So he's at least give himself an opportunity. Matteo Iachino, he's having a disastrous event so far by Iachino's standards. He's down in 15th place, a 22.5 and an 11th for Matteo Iachino. Not where we're used to seeing him. But Johan So round already. Maciej Rakowski, Matteo Iachino, and Sukas from Greece looks like he's going to make the semi-finals. That'll be the first semi-final Sukas has made here in Sylt for the Citroen Windsurfing World Cup. But just look at the wind. The sun is shining. Obviously, you can see the white caps, but it is pretty much cranking out there right now. Sukas is just cruising one-handed. Is that a wise move? I'm not going to tell him how to sail. He seems to be doing a good job. Johan So looking good. You not fancy a bit of slalom, Sol?
Not yet. A lot of people say I should try, and I think I will try next year.
Oh yeah, in Slalom X?
Slalom X, yeah, maybe Fuerte and Poto. Let's see what it gives.
Cool. That's interesting. Sounds good.
Yeah.
And there we go. Yeah, that's Sukas. John Sukas going through in 4th place. So joining Maciej Rakowski, Matteo Iachino and Johan So in that semi-final. So solid race for the Greek rider. How is Amado's board? Well, it's not the board, like I said before. It's to do with the how the front wing attaches to the foil snapped, basically, and broke off. I'm sure you'll be seeing it on social media somewhere. But this is heat number 2. We got Nico Goya sitting in 4th place at the moment. We've got Benedetti up there, I think, in 5th place. We've got Thomas Goya in this, Struzmar. We've got Cousin. We've got the Wolf, Mercer, and Schoberg. Oh, and we've also got Pogaman by the looks of it. 9 riders in this heat. Yellow flag up on the boat. Like I say, when that goes down, we'll have 1 minute to go till the start. There we go, 1 minute to go. Got the Stream Factory watching live stream from the beach on Sylt. There we go. Stream Factory in the house. 40 seconds to go. I mean, this is just a whole new level. From the beach, you're not going to see hardly anything. So pretty cool that they've got the TV screens around the place. It's quite cool. I don't know if the Germans have got to listen to me on the commentary, but I don't think they have. I don't think they'd know what hit them if they heard me commentating. So here we go, lining up.
They're going for the start line.
Yeah, elimination heat 2. Goya, Benedetti, Goya, 2 Goyas in this. Struismar, Cousin, Wolf, Mercer, Schoberg. Oh, did we just lose someone there pretty badly? That looked a massive crash. Schoberg with a good start. Looks like Goya, the 2 Goya brothers with a good start as well. We've also... Oh, and another one goes down. Was that Mercer? Wow, they are dropping like flies right now. Cousins in the mix. Benedetti pushing through. Seen some really crazy crashes. The wind is absolutely cranking and some big gusts coming through. But Benedetti pushing hard here. Thomas Goya, Schoberg, Nico Goya as well. It is going to be Thomas Goya that's going to go round in first place, with Benedetti in second, Nico Goya in third. And I think it's Schoberg up there in fourth place. Not the best jibe from Schoberg, though, and that could cost him. Cousin's coming through. Pretty small sail. There's some big holes out there. You've kind of got to rig. Well, you've got to rig for the holes and then survive the gusts. Or you rig for the gusts and then survive the holes. Whichever, you got to choose your poison. So Nico Goya in second place at the moment. Thomas Goya leading. Benedetti in third place. Fourth place up for grabs. Looks like the Wolf has come through on the Severn. So the Wolf making good ground into fourth place in a qualifying position. But Thomas Goya, then Benedetti, then actually Nico Goya. They're both Goya brothers are in there. Oh, what am I on about? They're not on the... Yeah, that's true. Sorry, it is Thomas Goya. He's on the Patrick. Nico Goya on the Phantom. Benedetti on the Challenger. And then the Wolf on the Severn. Just trying to keep it consistent. They've got quite a big gap until the fifth place rider. So cannot afford to let it go. You've just got to keep the thing flying, keep it moving. You can't relax too much because on the foil you can catch up quick. So you've got to still put the hammer down, but you don't want to be on the edge of control when maybe you're fighting for a final or something like that. So Benedetti keeping it nice and safe. The Wolf looking pretty solid. I think it's the Wolf in fourth place. Looks like him. We did have Mercer in this, but I think it was Mercer that went down early on that top reach. Thomas Goya looking good. Benedetti, Nico Goya, a few big gusts coming through. You saw both of the riders hit that thing, and it just kind of sent them into a bit of a wobble. But yeah, you can see they're kind of in cruise control, if you can call it cruise control. Not like sailing right on the edge, but it's not easy, even that. Just to keep it consistent. Nice jibe from Thomas there. Benedetti as well. Nico and the Wolf should be safely round. So as Thomas Goya.
Yeah, quite a big back gap from the top four and then the fifth and all the rest. So looks like the top four will make it at the moment.
Last reach, just need to keep it going across the line, and we will see the two Goya brothers into the semi-finals. We'll see Benedetti, the current tour leader, coming into this competition here in Sylt. Another semi-final for him. He's been consistent so far, and that's what you've got to be. That's Nico Goya, and then, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's the Wolf. Yep, it's the Wolf. So into the semis for the Wolf as well. So first semi-final we made up of Johan So, Maciek Rakowski, Mateo Aquino, Sukas. It will be Goya, the Goya brothers, Benedetti and the Wolf. Next up, we're going to have heat number 3, but we'll have a quick highlights of that heat number 2. What happened on the start? There's definitely some carnage. Keep your eye on Mercer on that Severn. Something definitely happened. Well, there we lost the S2 Maui sails, and this is when the Wolf had a moment, and then Mercer went down really hard. Yeah, I think the top 4 were kind of like just cruising towards the end then. I knew there was quite a big gap until the 5th place rider and just knew no mistakes. Be a safe run through to that semi-final. We will see them pushing definitely harder as we go through the rounds. First one is all about making that top 4.
Red flag up for the next heat.
Yeah, so less than, well, red flag down, so 3 minutes to go until the start. Yeah, well, we got 4 minutes. Oh, no, the red flag's still up. I take it back. Yeah, so you don't fancy foil racing, so? Have you done any foiling at all?
I have done some foiling a couple of years ago, but yeah, it wasn't really my thing.
Wasn't successful, or you just didn't like it?
I just didn't like it. It was on a lake in Belgium where we sail a lot and where I also started sailing. But yeah, I didn't really like it.
Okay.
Was not my thing.
Well, you never know. You're only 14.
Yeah, let's see.
Things change. Things change. Let's see.
They sure do.
Right, so yeah, flags down. We should be getting close to the next one. Obviously, we've got to change the batteries on the drones, get them guys back out there, because that really is what is making this racing exciting. You've got to see those close-ups. The next heat on the water will be heat number 3, which will, it's pretty stacked looking at that. We got Pierre Mortefon in heat number 3. He's had 2 4th places so far, been very consistent. We got Nico Preen. He's made both finals so far. We've got Jordi Vonk in that one. We've got Mattis. He's obviously 5th in the overalls for the world title race at the moment.